And welcome everybody to the Macedon football ground. Tony Clark Reserve for today's big Anzac Day clash between Macedon and Diggers Rest. And it's an absolutely beautiful day with me today. I'm Paul Turner. Joining me in commentary today is the King of Romsey, the man who bleeds red and black, has redback spiders as pets, Tony White. Congratulations, Tony, and welcome.
Thanks, Paul. It's great to be here today.
Cool. So we're going to jump straight into it, everybody, because we do have some. There is an Anzac Day ceremony at 1:30, so we'll be nice and quiet for that. But we do have the luxury of having the Diggers Rest coach here, Jamie Lobb, and Tony, you fire away and hit him with some questions.
How you going, Jamie?
Hi, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Just coming off last weekend's win against Woodend.
Yes.
Seems like you guys have really bounced back from last year's grand final loss. Do you sense that there's a sense of redemption amongst the group?
I don't know if redemption's the right word, but obviously you get that hunger if you don't win one. You spend a whole pre-season thinking about what could have been, so that's enough drive for the group to keep pushing forward. And we've got a fairly new group, both in the seniors and the reserves, so it's a nice bit of experience from guys that have been here for a while and some new faces coming in as well.
Yeah, perfect. That actually leads me on to my next question, which is perfect. So, out of last weekend's game, we've seen some familiar names with, Jensen, Caruana, Delahaye against in the best and in the goal kickers. That was also complemented by the appearances of Jacob and Lachlan Hickey, making the impact in the first official hit out for your team.
Yeah.
Does it feel like you've added the necessary pieces?
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, we've and obviously big Ori in the ruck. It's nice to have a big quality ruckman that is fairly experienced in some decent levels of footy. So he's brought a whole new dynamic to our midfield group, and you add some depth into that midfield, and it makes it a bit easier to get through week to week, definitely.
Yeah, nice. And how does it feel for you to be able to play on such a special day in Australia's history in Anzac Day?
For us, as soon as Grupo left the league, we jumped at the chance to be able to take their spot in this game. It's one of our favourite days of the year, and it's nice to get up to Macedon when the grass is green and the sun's out instead of black mud like we used to get cop later in the year. So
I was saying to Paul before, this is probably the first time I've been in Macedon where it hasn't been raining sideways and minus 2 degrees.
Yeah, no.
Do you want to give us just a couple of shout-outs for some of the boys that we should look out for today?
We got another first gamer, the new guy for our club, Josh Flower, coming in. He played his first game last week, coming off a bit of an injury over the summer. Had a run around in the reserves and played really well. So he's come over from West Meadows. He's mates with a few of the guys that are here already. And then, apart from that, we've got Braden Cicero, one of the younger brother of Oz, coming in. He's had a really strong pre-season, so he's earned his spot today. But after that, it's pretty even across the board. It's going to be one of our strengths throughout the year that, we got winners on every line, and we've probably got 2 winners on nearly every line at the moment. So it's only early days, but we still got, we've probably got 6 new faces in there again from where we were last year. So the guys need to gel a little bit, but that'll come as the year goes on.
Yeah, nice. So pretty rosy outlook for Diggers at the moment.
Oh, look, it's never rosy, but it's always tough. Like, selection's getting tough. The guys are actually having to earn their spot, whereas, it puts that pressure on. We've probably got a squad of 30 plus that could run out and play seniors every week now. So whatever hair I had left is really well and truly gone. So it's only round 2, and we're feeling the pinch for that. But look, it's good for us. It's good for the club. There's some good players running around out here in the 2s at the moment, and hopefully good signs if we can stay fit and healthy for later in the year.
So what about yourself, mate? Has retirement of Luke has certainly caught up with you, or you?
Yeah, unofficially. It's look, I've done pre-season, had a little run around in the prackies, but I'm quite happy and content to be on the sidelines for now.
It's not a bad lifestyle on the sidelines.
Yeah, no, it's nice waking up Sunday morning and being able to get out of bed and walk around and play with the kids instead of feeling like I'm about 70.
No, that's cool. And you want to have a shout out to your president, Benny Morse? You want to have a comment when you came up to us and said I want to mention Benny? What's the story here?
I don't think there's anything to mention about him. He doesn't do a heap. All he does is annoy the hell out of me and the rest of the coaching group and everyone else at the club. So, hey, look, he's really good for us with what he does for the club. But everyone's had enough of him, I think.
So one question everyone asks is on having Diggers on the big ground. We know you won the flag down at Sunbury on that big on your first year coaching, watching you play Clark Reserve. Big ground here. We know you play your little ground beautifully, and you gave Woodend a fair tickle up last week. How the new players coming? Some boys from Melton obviously are big runners and used to those big Melton grounds.
No, they're obviously coming from Melton Bloods, playing on some big grounds in the Ballarat League, but I don't know, it's a bit of a funny one for me. That sort of mindset that Diggers is old and slow, I think that probably hasn't been the case for 3 years now.
It's probably aimed at you, Jamie.
Well, that's fair enough. It's I don't think that's us at all anymore. If anything, our ground's a disadvantage to our team and the way we want to try and play. So it'll be time will tell today how we go out on the big deck. But the new guys that have come in, they've been setting the standards in terms of the the running and the capabilities over the summer, and they've pushed the other guys that were our leading runners. They're pushing themselves to keep up with them again. So it's had that flow-on effect. So yeah, I don't see that being an issue at all.
All right, we'll let you go. Thank you very much for coming to have a chat with us all. Good luck today.
All right, mate.
And
good luck,
Thanks,
Jamie.
guys.
as everyone
Happy
is
calling.
Thank you. As everyone can see, the getting ready for the Anzac Day memorial presentation or service before the game. So we've also got Jason Cook, the captain from Macedon, who obviously is talking to us today. He's out injured, and to make it more confusing for us all, your brother's carrying your number, which absolutely threw us all last week. So what's the story, mate?
A little calf, so tried to come back a little bit early for this game, which is always hard to miss these sort of occasions for the club, and fortunately missed last year as well with a calf. So it's, I don't know, just got the Anzac Day jitters, I think, with my body. But no, it's not too bad. It'll be right, and hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll be back.
So it's good to see Hamish come up today for the first game. And last week we called your game last week, and your brother and a few other younger players did really, really well, but just ran out of legs a little bit after three-quarter time.
Yeah.
So you notice today we've got another Barham. So Joey Barham, what a great name for an AFL player, comes from the Barham family, so he's Jamie's boy.
Good pedigree.
Very, very good pedigree. Yeah. Ricky and Bill and Geordie and everyone else in the family, Marcus. So it's a fantastic, famous name in football. Great to have him in your football club. It's good to have him there.
Good young kids, mate. Like, we've got two debutants, so Joey and Will McKay as well, and obviously had Brad last week. Yep. So, obviously fortunate enough to have the 19s job as well, and just seeing those boys come in to the club and come through our system is really important, and to get a chance like this today, I think they'll be, they've accustomed well to senior footy. They've played their practice matches. They've played enough footy to know what they're doing. So, it's really special to have days like this for them. But it's also special for the club as well to give them a chance. So.
Perfect. So leading into that, your brother, did you give him any advice last week before his big performance? He didn't mind a little bit of a celebration either.
He loves a celebration. He's like me, but. He's had a really good pre-season. Like he crossed from Sunbury. He's just turned 17, so still got plenty of footy to go. But last week, I was so happy for him. It was a pretty tough game for us as a team, but he took his chances, kicked three, and obviously gave him a lot of confidence. So it was good to see him celebrate his goals. It's always good to kick one.
Especially with those young guys, you need that enthusiasm, don't you? Bring it through for some of the older guys 100%. As well. Like that resets everyone.
Definitely.
Last week, I don't know how many times in the call we called him Paul, but Jordan Dyer was just tireless in the ruck last week, and you could see as the game wore on, the Riddle guys just wore him down. Do you guys have any sort of relief coming through for Geordie to help him out? It's
a hard one. Look, ruckmen are hard to come by. And Geordie's shown he's still only played 25 games of football in his whole life, so he's learning the ropes. But we sort of have to, unfortunately sort of have to get by with Geordie and we've got Sammy Indian who's come across from Whittlesea this year, and he's another sort of big boy. But obviously with me out of that forward rotation, it does make it hard to sort of swing him in. It leaves us one less in the forward line. So I guess it's look. To be honest, that we don't have a lot of options in the ruck, but I guess that our team will sort of make do, and our team, look, we've just got to sort of come together and sort of chop Geordie out when he's feeling the pinch. But we've got a couple of boys in here. I think that's shown a bit. Joshy Muir has come across from Sunbury, who has played in the ruck before, so he'll get his chance, and a couple others too. But he does work tirelessly, Geordie, and he's shown it with his ability last year, and he's had a good start this year. So
bit of a dogged performer, old Joshy Muir, isn't he, from Sunbury?
Yeah, he is, and he's good around the club. Like he's been a captain of senior men for 5, 6, 7 years. So it's helped me as well as captain here at Macedon, and. I think when he gets his chance, he'll cement his spot for sure. Yeah,
nice. And you've already touched on a little bit, but just what does it mean to the club, to you, even having your brother today playing on Anzac Day?
Oh mate, it's a massive. It's an honour. Like we had the commander speak before to us, and even the 19s this morning, and I think it's. You sort of sometimes can take a day like this for granted, particularly when you're a young kid and you don't really understand the significance of Anzac Day, but. We've had, I think this is the 8th year now that we've had this game, and it's always special. It gets bigger and bigger every year. Diggers Rest are a great opponent, and it's always a really high quality game and contest. So, incredibly proud that we've got this game, and very, very lucky.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for that, mate. Well, we'll let you go as they start getting ready for the Anzac Day ceremony.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Cool. So as we said, at 1:30, the Anzac ceremony will go. So we'll have a bit of a chat about the game today.
Yep.
Tips?
I think it'll be Diggers quite comfortably today. As we mentioned just before, we did watch Macedon last week. Look, they're not going to be a contender this year, but I think they're sowing the seeds for what could be in the future. So it's just a little bit of a rebuild. You know, we don't want to go to the old AFL attitude of rebuilds and resets and all that sort of stuff. But even Cookie just said then, you know, they are a young team, but you can look out there at the Diggers Rest boys now, and you can count them on two hands. You just know they're going to have a big day today.
Yes, I agree with you. I think Diggers Rest will be doing it quite comfortably. I'm really excited to see some of these new players like Mark Orr from Melton. Premiership player with Melton last season. You know, I think there's 3 premiership players come over to them this year, so that's an incredible injection of talent. They weren't far off the mark last year. So at the moment, with what they did with Woodend last week, they're probably going to be at the moment the form team and the team to beat.
Yeah, I'm quite interested today seeing Jensen, what he can do on this big field. A lot of space for him. Someone is just as smart, as clever as he is. I think he could have a real day out. And then you got the Bulls in the middle. You know, you got Jaden Caruana finally coming back, and he's seems to have a injury-free run at the moment. So that'd be good. He's a past Bowen medalist. So if he can stay injury-free, he could do a lot for this team as well. It's
going to be certainly an interesting day. And look, it's a credit to the Macedon Football Club for putting on a day like this. It's a beautiful day here up at Tony Clark Reserve. A little bit difficult to get to. I would say the traffic was a nightmare getting into the ground.
Yeah, competing events on Anzac Day doesn't always make for the best, but this is the first Anzac Day I've actually been to for RDFL, and geez, it definitely won't be the last one. There's people everywhere. It's just a fantastic atmosphere. It'll be interesting to see how we go here with the pre-game routine. So look forward to it.
I think we're not too far off the start, and certainly a massive crowd building up, which is there's no gate today. And some nice cash donations, so a nice gesture from the Macedon Football Club as well.
Yeah, it was a struggle to find that car spot, but I got there in the end. So then hopefully that's the last of our wishes we have for today, and it's good to see even the netball girls coming over as well, getting involved in the pre-game. We also got to take that in. That's a huge part of this league as well, as the netball league. I think it's a great initiative that Country Footy does, is to amalgamate both sporting clubs, the netball and the football. I come from Metro Footy when I was junior, and it was very separated, and it was hard to ever feel like one club. But coming out here to Country Footy, I think it's a really good atmosphere. Whole families can get involved.
If there's any young people out there or young at heart that would like to join us for the national anthem, we're looking for some enthusiastic singers to come join us. Anybody from any of the local public schools, or hey, if you're a great singer, come on out and join us for the national anthem.
Tony, we've heard you can throw out a tune, mate. You can go out there and...
It's not a tune that would keep me employed, so I think we'll just leave that alone. What about you, Paul?
No, mate, definitely not. A version of Rawhide with a few beers is about the best you're going to get. And the Cats and Deaths making the way out into the ground right now. And the ceremony is about to begin, so we'll go nice and quiet until 2 o'clock, and we'll jump back in, and we'll hopefully call it a fantastic game of football.
Can't wait.
Thank you.
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3.
Sounds like home. They're around somewhere. that kept shoving you. Over there, he started like, almost pushed over. Was that fun with him? Yeah, it was good.
What is she running?
I'm the same. I was a few bits where I did. Everyone's already streaming. And then you turn it over. And they just go. That's where they can stop.
I can say keep walking.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alan. I've been asked to MC today in my capacity as Vice President of the Wood End RSL and Vice Chair and MC of the Mount Macedon Dawn Service, and also a military veteran. We acknowledge the traditional owners and recognise their continuing connection to land, waters and culture. We pay respect to their elders, past, present and emerging. Today, along with Australians everywhere, we gather to remember those who have served to defend Australia. These commemorative games that you've all came to participate in one way or another are a wonderful initiative and now a great tradition and great weather to enjoy the camaraderie of team sports. Sharing the oval and courts with mates, teammates, and probably some rivalry with opposition mates. It's wonderful to see this day respected and these games supported by so many friends, family, spectators, volunteers and sponsors. And I'll just introduce Melton Football Netball Club President, Mr. Mark Cook, say a few words.
Thank you. On behalf of the Macedon Football Netball Club, I would like to welcome Diggers Rest Football Netball Club and President Bill Moyse to our annual community Anzac Day clash. I would also like to thank Dom for today and the magnificent job he has done over the years running Anzac Day. Thank you to Alan Mitchell-Lappin, President of the Wood End RSL, for attending today, Stephen Fillmore, Commando Welfare Trust, and Sean O'Leary attending today's service. Thank you to all the Riddle District Football Netball League representation, umpires, thank you. And Nick Lynch for all your hard work. Also those from our club and community who have contributed today. Thank you. I would like to wish both clubs the best of luck and may the best team win. Finally, I would like to say, never in many of our times have we felt this appreciative of our freedom or our democracy. We salute those past and present of whom have defended us of the country we have today. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Mark. It's traditional during an Anzac service for veteran service personnel to share a reflection of what Anzac Day means to them. So that's what we'll just go through now. Anzac Day has become a day on which Australians reflect on the sacrifice of everyone that has served our country in war, and to recognise all current and former men and women of our Defence Force. This year particularly, the First Nations soldiers, respected as equals and decorated in wars representing Australia for over 100 years, overseas continuously serve. So even though respected, distinguished in battle for over 100 years, they returned to Australia and weren't able to vote until 1967. I'm confident this year our voice on matters relating to social, spiritual and economic well-being will become a reality. Our voice. The legend of the Anzac was born on the 25th of April 1915 when Australia and New Zealand displayed great courage, endurance, initiative, discipline and mateship. These qualities became known to be the Anzac spirit. These qualities were reaffirmed over the next 8 months of fighting on the Gallipoli Peninsula, but continually in the years that followed, including compassion, empathy, humanity. So as you take your netball court, your football field, play with spirit, fairness, play with the spirit of the Anzacs. Can I now ask captains, Mountain Football Netball Club, Diggers Rest Football Netball Club to lay wreaths at the flagpole, please. I'll now call on Jamie Heffernan to recite the ode for us all.
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. lest we forget. Lest we forget.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Gary. Now it's time for the national anthem, and just give these little ragtag bunch of choir here a bit of a hand, if everyone can join in. And are you going to do 2 verses or 1? Okay, no worries. So, Macedon Primary School with the national anthem. And I've been informed it's not the Macedon Primary School, it's every primary school choir band. So thanks to everyone. You did a great job, guys. Well, that concludes the ceremony. Thank you all for your attendance. Enjoy the game. And just a reminder that as much as it'd be good to play hard and fair, just play with the spirit of the Anzacs, because the best person on the ground or the field, the ground or the courts, will get a medal for courage. Thank you.
She spilled to the course.
All right, welcome back here to round 2 of the RDFL Anzac Day clash between Macedon and Diggers Rest at Tony Clark Reserve. My name's Tony White, and I've got here with Paul Turner with me, where we're commentating today's game. I just want to start off by giving a shout out to the Aura family of Romsey Football Club. Louis Aura Sr. passed away, and we just want to give all our thoughts to Louis, Kerry, Jenna and the family. So our thoughts with you guys, so let us know if you need anything, yeah? Paul, what do you want to say before the first bounce?
No, look, what a beautiful day for football. I mean, it is absolutely sensational. 40 years I've coming to the Macedon footy ground having a day like this ever. I don't think this is a rarity. It's absolutely beautiful. Today's umpires, we've got Andrew Harper, Steve, Jon Combs and Harley. Okay. Darmanin, that'll do.
Yeah.
Out there. So good luck to the umpires today. They do a fantastic job. We've got the famous Adam Isley down there patrolling the mountain end of the ground, or left to screen. So we're looking forward to a really good game of football here today.
And Paul, what did you take of first game for Macedon, Hamish Govan being the captain today?
Yeah, well, that's a lot of faith in a recruit, I tell you. It's, but look, I won't know Hamish from his Gisborne and his Kyneton days. He's a sensational player. It's a fantastic get for the Macedon Football Club to have a player of that ilk. Didn't play last week, still serving out a week suspension. So from his up in North or up in Queensland where he was playing during the summer season. So look, he's a fantastic player. He's going to help this. He'll straighten this team up. And look, I'm really looking forward to actually seeing young Barham play. I know the family very well, and it'd be great to see how well he goes. And it's great to see another Barham come through. So yeah, some exciting times. So all the players are starting to make their way and get in position at the moment.
As we've said a few times today, Paul, this is a fantastic crowd they got here today. The weather is absolutely perfect for football, and we've just mentioned that there's not many other local games on, so it's actually a huge win here for Macedon Football Club.
And it's a huge crowd too. So, I mean, there's no Ballarat Bendigo games that we know of. Certainly no Bendigo games today. So all the locals have come up here to have a look at a great day of football, and the Macedon Football Club, and everyone should be really commended for the ceremony before the game. That was really touching and did a fantastic job. So good to see the kids out there singing the national anthem. And Billy Morse and a few of them out there, all representing their clubs. It was a fantastic. That's really well done.
Yeah,
congratulations to all of them.
It was a real touching moment too that the Macedon Football Club has donated the gate as well. It's not a $10 entry fee like it usually is. It was a donation for every single person coming in today. So well done for Macedon for that.
So we've got the Cats kicking to the right of your screen or to the township end, and the Borough they're kicking to your left of screen. That's the mountain end. And the umpire's got the ball in the middle of the ground. And Tony, I'm going to let you start this one as you're the expert of kicking it off. So it's all yours, mate.
Thanks for that, Paul. So we'll have Geordie Dyer in the ruck up against Mark Orr from Diggers. Let's see if Geordie can keep on his heroics from last week. We had a lot of praise for him last week, but as we heard from Jamie Lobb in the pre-game,
it's a big ask. Big ask him to carry it all day on this ground too. There's an extra two Ks minimum he's got to run here today to cover it.
Yeah, Jamie Lobb was a big advocate for Mark Orr. So let's see how they go. Siren's gone, ball has gone up in the centre circle. Mark Orr has won the first tap out. Diggers Rest has got the clearance out to the outer wing, picked up or high tackle there to Diggers Rest. And the first clear possession of the game will go to Austin Cesaro. Drives it forward to the half-forward flank. Contested ball on the outer side. Free kick here has been picked out to Diggers Rest again. Matt Webber.
So Webber's got the ball on the far wing for the Borough. He brings it in. It's been kicked into the man on the mark, and the Diggers got numbers around the ball for him, and he just belts the ball forward. And it's a foot race out there at the moment, and Jay White was trying hard for the Borough, but the fighting desperately right in front of the scoreboard here. I can see the umpire about to put his hand, cross his arms. He's going to bring the ball back in or throw it up in front of the scoreboard.
Well, that was my first sight of Hamish Govan there, and that's exactly why they made him captain there. He was 1-on-4 there, and he pushed that ball 30 metres towards Macedon's end.
Umpire with the ball. He just tosses it up or hits it out. He just tries to slap it forward for the Borough, kicking it down to Jaden Karuna. Brings the ball into the middle. He's tried to tap it forward, but the Borough are out here. They've got an opportunity. There's no left foot that from the Borough player, that's for sure, but they've got numbers in front now. Handball off from and it's been cut off well by Goff for Macedon. So the Cats have got the ball on the half-back flank. Just chops it out. Nice little kick. They're just going to play the short game, be patient. It's just a spare body, but it wasn't a great kick. But it's just going to, oh, it's tackle. He's dropped the ball, but the Borough has got the numbers around the football, and it's a shank kick, and it's down to Jensen. Jensen on the big right boot just lines it up, and he has kicked a goal. First goal for the Borough by Mitch Jensen. Well done, Mitch. Good play. That was all from just a turnover and a bit of a sloppy kick from the Cats in the back half-back line. And that was a little bit of a story they had last week too.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen very familiar signs there. They wanted to go with the slow play, the methodical play, but then when they do that inside kick, they just weren't quite hitting the target. Diggers had the players on the ground, and we mentioned Mitch Jensen before the game.
Well, that's his first. He might be in for a little bit of a bag today, and he kicked that from 50 out, and there's no win to speak of. There is no advantage to any end here.
And that's sort of inexcusable there from Macedon to leave a player of Mitch Jensen's calibre out by himself from 30 metres. So ball gets thrown up in the centre circle. Markor again wins the tap out forward. Caruana, big kick forward. Half forward flank, ball's in dispute. Diggers Rest have it on the commentary side wing. Kick forward there by Ben McMahon. Disputed ball. We've got Brody Hoyne in the back, pick it up from Macedon. Off to Smedley. Smedley gives it off. Toby Sims back to Barham, and the ball is out of bounds on the half-forward flank for Diggers Rest.
So it's right on the 50-metre mark. Umpire walks in his mandatory 10 metres. And it's thrown up short, so it's going to be whoever's in front. It's a big hit forward, and the ball's just going to make its way back out, and we're going to repeat it all again. And that was Jordan Dwyer who punched that ball forward for the Cats and who works tirelessly in the ruck. Umpire again, come back in. We're just going to repeat the last play. Throws it back in. Burrow in front, and it's down to Lawton. Tried to get a kick away, but there are numbers of the Cats there. This is good play, good strong play, and he's drawn a free kick for himself there, and that was a terrific by Declan Filand. Just going to bring it back down the wing on his left boot, walking it, trying to. Oh, there's a free kick. No, the umpire hasn't paid that one, but there's numbers around the ball, and the big body of the Borough players are coming to a fore here, and that was by Jacob Hickey. A nice kick down to Calvaresi, and he brings the ball back in the middle. But there's three Borough players, but they've picked out a free kick to the Cats, and that's out to Nathan Bridgeland out there. So Bridgeland brings the ball wide. They're trying to drive it back down the middle. Bridgeland gets it back, and he puts it on his right foot, kicks long to the square. There's a bit of a fight, and the umpire's found a free kick, but it's going to go Diggers' way.
Yeah, right here on the commentary side wing, we've got Jack Kernan's come off in a lot of pain, holding his left arm here. The ball is in the back line. The Boroughs have kicked it away into the back pocket to Tom Schwarzenberg. Schwarzenberg runs around. Great bit of foot candy he sold there. Heads up to the half-back flank looking for Kroll. Kroll, great mark there. Contested mark.
Just too strong.
Crowley handballs off. Half-back flank. Reset again. Ball's kicked down to the commentary side wing and trickles out of bounds. Right in front of Tommy Orr. So the umpire here will throw this in.
Big Hayden Davis is a big player for the Borough, isn't he?
Yeah, he
big boy.
Is. Ball's thrown in. Tap out is won there by Diggers Rest. It's got disputed ball, and ball trickles out again right in front of us here on the commentary side.
So right dead smack in front of the social club here. Big Hayden Davis for the Borough going up against Jordan Dwyer. Umpire throws it in. Both players with Davis taps it down in front. Diggers have got numbers there in front of the pack. Oh, good tackle. He's lucky he didn't get played out there, but Jacob Hickey dried the ball over the ground, and that was good play by Hamish Govan to put the pressure on to force another throw in.
It's another big boy there, number 21, Chris Lawton for Diggers. There's some big on ballers here. So boundary umpire Monaghan throws the ball deep in. That Jordan Dye wins that straight down to Caruana. Caruana, big kick forward. Mitchy Jensen pushed him out. No, he hasn't been paid. He's been paid the mark instead. He's kicked it down to a one-on-one in the forward line for Mitchy Day. Mitchy Day's tracking the ball. He tracks it inside the line. Oh, he zigzag. And unfortunately, he's been pinged for holding the ball there. That's great work there by Macedon. Macedon just kicks it forward. Centre half-back flank.
Just going to play it across the ground. Brings it over to Josh Blake. Blake's right there smacking the 50-metre line, about 35 out from the Diggers' goal. They're just going to play it across. Patient brought it out to Baggs, who's handballed over. And here come the Cats down the centre wing looking for Nipper right. And his second grab is over the boundary line. They're going to throw it up right dead smack in front of us, in front of the social club.
Great contest there by Mullen from Diggers Rest to spoil that boy over the line. Umpire Sideshow Bob 3 to throw this ball in.
I'm glad you said that. That's the end of your career.
Big throw in here Went one down by Mark Orr, but the ball's smothered in there in the contest. Out the back runs Bullis out to Bags. Bags sends it deep inside the forward 50 for Macedon. It's 1-on-2 here. It's worked out well by Burrow though, with Schwarzenberg this way, that way, back out to Krull on the half-back flank.
Krull's having a field day across half-back at the moment. He's got plenty of the football, so Krull's got the ball. He's looking inside. He's going to try and be, but plays safe. Just going to drive it back down the line, down the wing, and there's all the players going with great Mark Orr for a big ruckman. Roved that beautifully, and a mongrel torpedo has gone out on the full, and that'll be a free kick to the Cats.
Do you think Mark Orr got confused that he was the ruckman, not the rover then?
No,
but that was well done. It was great foot skills. And Macedon bring the ball in here, chip it down the line, but it's all...
What's the umpire done here?
Umpire has brought the ball back here, setting the player on his mark. They were very lucky there, Macedon, because that was a quick turnover. So bringing the ball in, we've got Jared Bullis here for Macedon on the half-back flank.
The Borough have got the extra players sitting down in defence to sweep this. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with it all. So Bullis with the ball. He's looking inside for a short kick, but not like, yep, he's gone backwards. Nice short kick. On his right foot, just dry. Oh, that's a terrible kick, but it's gone to where it's supposed. But he's dropped the mark and put himself under pressure. But he's got enough skill, Blake, to get out there and just drives it long, looking out there for Govan. Govan turns around on his right foot and just brings it back into the middle. You see why they got him. That is a beautiful hit up and a great mark. Oh, he's played on, I think. The umpire has called him. He's played
Big
on.
Sammy Indian there.
Just should have went back and had a shot and put them all under all sorts of pressure.
Nathan Bridgeland's got it in the left forward pocket, turns the ball inside and hits up Bullis. So Bullis started this chainer here on the half-back flank.
Very lucky for Sammy. You can see what he wanted to do, he just couldn't get it done.
It's glad to see it's not just my under-9 boys that see the goals and light up. It's happened to the seniors as well.
Hey, look, he tried to do the unselfish thing and got himself caught out, so there's one positive to it.
So interchange here for Macedon. Joey Barham comes on for his first run, giving a rest to Zach Smedley. Good luck to Barham here.
Schwarzenberg's coming off too. And Glenn Stewart's coming on for the Borough.
Macedon's shot at goals goes right. There's only a minor score there. So the score is Diggers 1 straight 6 to 0-1 Macedon.
So the Borough with the ball and kicking out, brings it back out towards the middle of the ground, and that's a great hit. Looking down there for Lawton. Lawton struggled though, and he's turned the ball over. The Cats have got numbers here. Here's an opportunity for him. Swings around on his right foot, but he's kicked it straight to a Diggers player. Plays on.
Diggers have the numbers here on the outer side.
They've all just looked at each other. None of them actually went for it. This is a great opportunity for the Cats, and here they go, turn it over. That was just poor talk from Borough then.
That was.
Four of them just stood there and looked at it.
The execution, they all run to the boundary. He's come on the inside there. Coming out of the back pocket was the Borough player. We've got Chris Kendall here lining up for a shot at goal. What do you reckon? He's about 4:35 out by the time he kicks it? Less than a 45-degree angle?
I'm not going to curse him. You can do it today.
I'm not going to say anything.
In he comes. Play on the mark's only about 30 metres out. It's just on a 45-degree angle. Struts in and has missed everything, and it wasn't my fault, so I didn't call it.
Neither of us cursed him then. Quick interchange during that. Off comes Shaky Hickey for Borough, and on comes Benny McMahon.
On a day like today, the Cats really got to take the advantages of those shots. They need to kick them.
Yeah, exactly. As we said, there's no weather to speak of, so
Nothing.
That's all down to the player skill area there. That's all that is. So Borough look to bring it in. They come into the grandstand side. Big left foot. We've got Jensen at the back going on the fly. No, it stays down. And it will be, free kick Macedon there for too high. I couldn't quite see who that is. He goes inboard and finds Goff. Goff lines up the goals and goes bang.
A great kick. Oh, hang on
it faded very late. Is it stuck in? Yes, it has. Yes, that was great play there by Goff.
No, fantastic play.
And that's exactly what we're just talking about, Paul. You have to make most of the use, and that's exactly what Goff's done. So during the break, we've got Nathan Bridgeland coming off. On comes Leo Webb.
So that's 1 goal, 1 each, I presume, at the moment. So
what do we say there, Paul? They're already ringing the changes. Both teams already. It's what, 23, 24 degrees today.
Let's just say I'm glad. It was actually Macedon's 1-2 to Diggers Rest 1. I'm glad I'm not playing these days. I'd get run out of puff running off the ground.
I think I'm getting sunburnt just standing here in the shade. So don't worry about me. So here we go. Ball's back in the centre.
You can see Macedon today. They played slow footy a bit last week. Today it's just play on at every opportunity they get.
And that's exactly what Goff did there, and Woods were rorted in the end. Ball goes up in the centre. One down by Dyer. Ball's in dispute. Clearance is won by Macedon. Leo Webb's just come on the ground and gets his first disposal. Oh, I thought he had his head taken off there.
Umpire's going, yep.
No, he's going to ball it up on the outer wing.
So just virtually central wing, umpire's got the ball. We're going to have another throw up. Trying to organise himself, both ruckmen. One by Macedon, tapped down. They've got the numbers in front of the footy by Webb. Webb's got the ball and been tackled. And the umpire's looking in and has pinged him for holding the ball.
He's had a rough start. Webb had his head pulled off and then just had his shoulder pulled out of its socket just there. So he definitely knows what footy's all about, doesn't he, today?
So Digger's got the ball. They're going to look to bring it just down the line, looking for the big target in Day. Day's taken a great mark in front of him. Oh, he nearly played on then. He's too far out, and it's a hard pocket to kick a goal. So he's going to put it up into the hot spot, looking for a marking contest on that. It's a big grab by Mark Orr.
Well, there we go. There's Diggers, 2 massive contested grabs straight away. And while Mark Orr lines up for this shot, Diggers are ringing the changes. 3 on, 3 off.
So that's it. He's going in for the boomerang, and he kicks on his right hand. He's nailed it. That is a fantastic goal. So what a great play. The big players, they're standing up here today. Mark Orr, that was fantastic.
On, we've got Tommy Orr. We've got Schwarzenberg and Caruana on for Diggers. They're ringing these road changes, and look at that, they're all going straight in the midfield too. So
I actually would say at the moment, I think Macedon are on top of the midfield at the moment. They seem to be, I mean, at the moment, young Dwyer's getting his hand on the ball and bringing it down, but it seems, I mean, Macedon are on top. Diggers aren't clearing it like we thought they would.
No, exactly. But, it is only early stages in this game. And, Macedon started last week very well as well. The first half, they were neck and neck.
So on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Diggers 2 goals straight, Macedon 1 goal, 2 8. And we played 9 minutes, or nearly 10 minutes into this first quarter. Ball hits the deck. The Cats got the ball again. They've got that one out the back sweeping, and he kicks it down, and that was Baggs who brings the ball back in their forward line. But down there is Schwarzenberg, and he doesn't know what to do. And he's got a nice little chip. Good play from the Borough. Sitting there on the half-back flank, scoreboard side, he brings the ball on his left foot over towards the boundary. Nice safe play, and that's down there to Mullen. So Mullen for the Borough's got the ball. They're just playing it wide, using the whole ground. Being very patient with the ball. And there's a bit of run on now, and here they go. They're coming in. They're looking for another long kick, looking for Day again. He pushes out, but no, that's a great mark in there by Goff, who's playing in front. Oh, there could be 50 here. No, umpire hasn't pinged it.
Goff's working up and back today. Kicked the first goal for the Macedon Cats before. Oh! Caruana goes up, but unfortunately can't take it down. Ball's in dispute. Caruana goes in again. Handball out. The ball's in dispute here at centre forward here for the Borough. This way, that way. Caruana gets it back again. Jams on his right boot. Who's in front? That's well done by Mark Orr in front.
He's going to be a handful down there because they don't have the height to stop him. Bullis isn't tall enough, and Mark Orr's a ruckman resting forward. That's good play, and they've got 3 big talls down there going to give them a lot of trouble.
That's exactly what any good forward does, don't they? They play in front, so they hack kick forward. Mark Orr read it best in his struts.
And
he has kicked his second for the day. Well done, Mark Orr. Well done, Jaden Caruana. Went for the big hanger, but then did the next 10 thing, got back on the ground.
So Diggers rest, 3 goals, straight 18. Macedon 1-2-8 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. And we're going to got 8 minutes left into the in the first quarter.
We just mentioned, Paul, again with that stoppage. Macedon are winning the centre clearances, but it's when the ball gets to the outside that Diggers' skill work. That they just chipped it around the outside and off they went.
They're better in the air at the moment, the Borough, and they're putting the ball up for them forward, and it's giving Macedon a lot of problems.
Just standing here, you can see the height difference in the 2 lineups.
They need Cookie back there urgently, don't they? And having Kernan off at the moment with his elbow injury, that really has upset them. Umpire throws it up. Ball just hits it, going absolutely nowhere. So Davis for the Borough tried to get it out, but it's Nipper right in there fighting for it. And the umpire's going to come back in, and he's going to ball this one up again, right back where they started in the middle of the ground.
Take 2. Ball goes up. Ball's one down there by Davis. Kicked forward on the left by Davis. Well, that was a great contest there by Horney at half-back flank for Macedon. Ball's wrapped up, and it'll be the 3rd repeat stoppage here in the centre square.
Big Hayden Davis for the Borough, up against Sam Indian in Borough. He get the ball, slammed on his boot by Mullen. Mullen just kicks it down there looking for Mitch Day.
He's got the sticky mitts today, doesn't he? And Ryan Mullen, he started this game on fire as well. He's probably had 4 or 5 disposals that have all hit targets in the forward 50 so far.
They're on fire at the moment down with these big forwards. He's lining up. He's pretty confident he can kick this. He's probably about 45 metres out. I'm not sure about the arcs here at Macedon. It's a huge ground. Comes strolling in, spinning the ball. He's confident he can kick it. And so am I, so I've just mozzed him. Coming in for Diggers fourth. Puts it up.
He's kicked it narrow.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mitch. I did that to you deliberately. You've missed that one. The Cats play on very, very quickly, and it's come out to
That's
Kendall.
Morris.
Morris, is it? Morris with the ball. The Cats are just... They've got to start playing a short game because the height of Diggers and his out to... it's just all falls in his hand and Hayden Davis again. He's causing a lot of problems, and he shanked the kick and put it out in the full. And Sideshow Bob's put his arms out the side, and it's a free kick to the Cats.
So we've got Toby Sims to bring it in off the half-back flank. Well, he's played on.
Oh, he's kicked it out in the full.
Look, he almost hit Sideshow Bob on the tit then.
Oh.
Sideshow Bob's getting a lot of work out here. So we've got Tommy Orr to bring it in, half-forward flank. That's a bad turnover by Macedon there, so close to goal. Tommy Orr kicks it in forward. He set it up for the big man again. Unfortunately, it's gone over the back to Mitchy Jensen's given the handball off. Filan's got it for Macedon. Swings it out wide. Dumped after the kick there.
It's a free kick to the Cats, and it's going to go downfield to Sam Indian. Indian's got the ball right on the half-back flank for the Cats. Nice, small, short little kick. Out to Govan, who's dropped it. No, it's not Govan. It's Kendall who's dropped the ball on his right foot. He's brought it back in, but it's very lucky that Nipper Wright's standing there.
Nipper Wright's going that kick.
Brings it into the middle of the ground. There's a play-on opportunity coming in the middle, but he's ignored the play, and he's... now he's left it a bit late, and he puts him under a bit of pressure, but as the Cats have taken the ball in the middle of the ground, and that was down there to Hoynes. So Hoynes handballed it off over to Goff. Goff kicks wide, looking for a contest out in the middle over the scoreboard. But the Borough's working club. Josh Blake, that is out there. And
free kick against Jacob Hickey there.
That's
a bit too hot.
Govan goes into Bullis. Bullis has got the ball. Kicks a nice short little hit up, but it's... Ball's been dropped. That's young Barham with the ball there. Over to Nipper Wright. Back to Barham. On his right foot. Brings it around.
Ball is in dispute here. Halfback. Ball's kicked out wide, but all standing all alone there. Tommy Hildebrand. Tommy Hildebrand was one in four there, and he was the one that just landed in his lap. He kicks it in forward. Looking for... Is that Cook? Looks like Cook. No, it's Johnston. Dylan Johnston here. Oh, no, it is... Morris. They're in all sorts here. Morris swings around on his left.
Oh, he's missed it.
He's kept it narrow.
That's his fair way out. He came out in the big arc. That was his maximum distance there.
1-3-9 to Diggers Rest. 3-1-19.
They're working really hard, the Cats, to get their goals where they just come easily for the Borough.
Yeah.
So it's Diggers with the ball in defence. They come out to this side of the ground every time. And they bring it up the middle just to make me look bad. So Jacob Hickey's got the ball. Hickey on his right foot. He's going to go across the ground, but there's an opportunity. Govan hits the ball down on the ground and works hard for the Cats. Brings out to Bullis. Bullis has got the ball now. He's looking for an opportunity. He stops, props, and brings it over into the... Oh, that's a great opportunity grab from Cook, but ball was missed. Out come the Borough now. Out down through Tengalia. And the Borough working really tough.
That's Braden Cesaro at the back there.
There's some numbers mixed up, so we're having an odd break trying to find them.
That's a great kick down to Mark on the outer wing. Brings it back inside. This way, that way. He's in trouble here. Oh, he's been able to work himself out of that. That's great running there, but his handball is terrible inside the middle of the ground. It's another disputed ball. Calvarasi turns the ball over. It's off to Sam Indian. Sam Indian sends it deep. It's 1-on-4 though.
Oh, good play. Borough got the numbers back there.
Ball's gone over the back.
Well, was a free kick being picked down.
It's gone to Macedon.
No, it's not Cook. Who's it gone to?
No, it's gone Declan Filan.
Not sure that was for.
Not exactly sure either. That's a bad mistake by Diggers there. They had numbers 4-2 there. There was no need to give away a free kick. Just panicked a little bit.
Macedon to take these opportunities. 1 goal, 3. Could have been 3 goals, 1 scores would have been level. So
yeah,
there's going to be a 10-point buffer at the moment. It's just bad kicking. So just wait and see how they go. So the Cats have got the ball.
In comes Filan. On his left. Deliberate approach straight in front here. And he's put it straight over the goal umpire's hat. Well done, Declan Filan.
That's the second for the Cats. So Macedon, 2 goals, 3. Diggers, 3 goals, 1 here on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We've got just nearly 3 minutes left to play in the first quarter. And she's a bit closer than we thought it would be.
Yeah, look, Macedon definitely needed that one. As we said, they're finding their goals hard to come by. 2 on 4 in their attacking 50. That's a great get there for them for that free kick, but it's well done by Declan Filan to go back and not give up, and he put his head over the ball and he's kicked the goal. We just wait for the ball to be transitioned back into the midfield. 2 minutes 50 left to go in this first quarter. 4 points the difference. We've got umpire Andrew Harper in the centre, ready to ball the ball up here.
So let's see if the Borough can get a clearance, because they've been quite comfortably beaten in the middle by the Cats at the moment. And then once again, the Cats have got the numbers, but it's a dead contest. The umpire's going to pick a free kick out, and it's going to Macedon, and it's going down there to Morris. Morris goes around on his trusty left boot, drives it long into the 50-metre arc, looking for a big grab at the play. The ball hits the deck. The Borough got the numbers. They're front and square, and out it comes out to Hickey. Hickey plays on, looking down to Lachlan Hickey. They're waxing at the brothers.
He sends the ball forward, misses the target. 3 on 2. Macedon's way. Jensen hits the ground. Macedon have the ball in dispute still.
Oh, there's a free kick being pinned, and it's going.
It's gone Macedon's way.
Oh, they should have been an advantage play. He's going to bring him back.
They tried to take the advantage and they sent him back.
Yeah, that's actually hurt them. Then they were off. The Cats with the ball, bring it back into the centre.
Oh, he's put him in hospital.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Ryan Mullen there over the back. Handball's off to Lachlan Hickey. His ball smothered. Macedon's trying to clean up their mess here, but it is a very messy game. Great contest by Mitch Day. Unfortunately, misses the handball at the back. Wallace is there to sweep it up. Ball smothered there by Barham.
Oh,
too high.
Schwarzenberg just about had his head pulled off then, and then Schwarty goes around on his right foot. Schwarzenberg, he's going to just kick it long, looking for the big target down there in the wall. Oh, he's been pushed out. Umpire didn't see it. Even he's sitting on the ground with his hands in the air.
A big man shouldn't go down that easy though. Mark should have held his spot a bit harder there.
Cats have got the ball and they bring it out on the left foot, and it's come out down to
Not exactly sure who that is there on the outer wing. They continue down back to the methodical places. Nathan Bridgeland here on the outer wing. He's assessing his options.
There's not a lot moving. They're all just running to a spot.
Minute to go in the first quarter there. It's been a hot and heavy first quarter. Drives it long. Half forward flank. Contest is up just in front of the scoreboard. Ball hits the ground in front. Macedon, Diggers, everyone's just jumping on top of the ball.
This is an incredibly scrappy game for a huge ground of football.
Ball has come out. Diggers rest has slammed the ball back forward.
Oh, great mark.
Well mark.
Oh, he didn't
pay that. That was
Tommy Hildebrand. Oh, he went.
Jordan Dyer straight in the back. You can't be doing that, Geordie.
That was a bit of frustration from Geordie. He's working hard out there, but not getting a lot of reward for the effort. The Borough bring it back in. They've got only 30 seconds to go. They need to get a wriggle on here.
You had Caruana out here. He's decided to go more direct route. Jacob Hippie sends it long.
For a big grab, and they're going to get it too. Mitchy Day. Well done.
What a quarter he's had. That's up his quarter, hasn't it?
That's about. We had a shot from there earlier on and didn't make it.
Yeah,
so
went to the narrow side. So he's had a cider. So can he correct himself in this one, Paul? You mozzed him last time.
No, I'm not saying anything, mate. I'm just a curse to go forwards, kicking goals.
Mitchy Day's a good footballer. I think he will make up for his mistakes. So I'll mozz him this time. 1-on-1. Here we go.
He's going to be kicking after the siren. It's about to go. Only 3 seconds left on the clock. There's the siren, and then he hasn't made it, and the ball's going to be all nullified. So here we are at quarter time. Diggers Rest lead by 4 points on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Diggers Rest 3 goals 1-19. Lead Macedon 2 goals 3-15. Tone, scrappy first quarter for a big ground on a beautiful day.
Yeah, no, we watched a very scrappy game last week with Macedon and Riddle due to the poor weather. We can't use that excuse today.
No, it was the only thing we can... Look, let's be honest. The pressure the young Cats are putting on the Borough players is enormous. Yeah. And that's what they have to do, because if they start trying to open the game up, they're too experienced and too big, the Borough. So, good on. Maybe that's a bit of ploy that Alistair's put into it. Keep the pressure on. We know forward pressure's everything, but their pressure around the footy, their gang tackling, they're going well. They've got to try and keep it up for 4 quarters on young leagues, and that's a real difficult thing to do.
And we did say that, if we were rich and fancy like Foxwood, we would have all the pressure ratings. But Macedon has been through the roof. But when their pressure did break down and Diggers were out to get out, you're seeing the big men really stand up tall, didn't you? So it is only 1 quarter out of 4. Let's see how long they can hold for. But for the sake of us watching the game and calling the game, I hope it stays on for a little bit longer, Paul.
It does, but it's hard to call when they're all scrapping all over the place. It's a lot nicer when it's open.
At least if it was scrappy, they can bring it on this side so we can see who it is.
Well, it is. I'll be honest with you, the older you get, that's a fair way to see way over there.
Yeah, I've got my prescription glasses on. It's still not helping me. So No, overall, I think Macedon would be relatively happy with that.
They would be.
If they had have taken the most of their opportunities, they'd go in with a quarter-time lead.
They did, and they would have actually too. They had a fair bit of forward. They mucked around with it a little bit. They're trying to be a bit cute with their shots, but they have to be because they start bombing up in the air. They're just too big.
Yep.
The Diggers players. So, good game of footy. We expected a little bit more open game. I thought Diggers might have been a bit further ahead at quarter time, but the Cats, full credit to them, they're going well.
It'd be interesting to see what Lobby goes in now and gives the Diggers boys a bit of a rev up, because
they've got to do some work in the middle, because the Cats are actually, even though Orr's not, he's 50-50, the ball's just coming down to a nothing contest, but the Cats seem to be clearing it. The Burrows are not setting up back behind the footy. They're wanting to play in front of the footy. They want to play behind the ball all the time and come through the pack. But
I have been watching the centre circle pretty closely, and it seems like Macedon were aware of last week with Geordie Dye dropping the ball at their feet.
Yep.
They're actually starting in front of their player, so they're the first to the drop there.
We commented last week because he's a right-handed ruckman. He was coming in on the angle and bringing the ball straight down to his feet, and there was no one there.
Yep.
Today they've addressed that. They're getting the ball out of the centre a bit more, which is really good.
I would have thought the experienced midfielders from Diggers would have picked that up too, though. If the ball's constantly dropping at the feet, the best place to be is in front. We saw it in the forward line. Mark Orr stood in front and the ball's landing in his lap. Midfielders aren't picking that up yet.
No one Lobby. I'm sure he'll be addressing it.
In a nice, cool, calm, collected way. It is only quarter time, but
the modern day coaches, they're very loving, cuddly coaches these days.
Yes.
The days of fire and brimstone are well and truly gone, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen a good local bake, hasn't it?
It has. And just for everyone else of the reserves, 2 Diggers won the reserves. We don't have the scores in front of us, but it wasn't by a huge margin.
The game was all tied up at half time, 32 apiece. But unfortunately, for exactly what we seen last week with the senior side, the young Macedon legs just couldn't quite hold on, and Diggers kicked away. I think it was 4 or 5 goals in the end.
Today will be interesting on a dry track. Let's just see how long these kids can hang on for. I mean, after halfway through the third quarter last week, the door it opened up for Riddle. Do we expect that to happen today with young players? It's going to be tough. Kernan doesn't look well. I think he's done for the day. He's got his elbow in ice there, and to take, no Jason Cook, no Kernan now, that's a big hole in their forward line, because the ball's come down. They've needed that presence down there sometimes and hasn't been able to.
It's left a lot of the responsibility on Sammy Indian here, who Sammy Indian's been the hit up lead, but then he turns around and there's no one there to kick to because Jack Kernan's off. So. When he did come off right in front of us, he looked in a hell of a lot of pain too. So I'm not actually sure what it was, but
he's not even getting involved in the content or in the discussions at quarter time. So that to me says his day's done.
Yeah, usually once the ice comes out, that's pretty much done for the day, isn't it? So.
Or a magic injection in local football.
Yeah,
we don't have that.
No magic spray today.
Well. No, I haven't seen it brought out. Last week they didn't need it because it was just hold their hand out in the cold weather and they froze them all. So. Today they'll be looking for a bit of magic spray, but it'll be. Look, this is a really good game of footy and huge crowd. I mean, there's good numbers everywhere. As you can see out in front of you now, there's good numbers around all the huddles, and out in the grandstand here, it's absolutely chock-a-block. So it's a footy club be making a nice little profit.
As a young junior coach myself, I love seeing these little kids out here too, kicking the footy. They're all just working as hard as they can. They all want to be the next Mitch Jensen, the next Hamish Govan. They all want to be these guys. They look up to them like heroes, like superheroes. So
next Tony White.
No. If you ever seen me play, you would understand that no one ever wants to be the next Tony White. So I didn't ever want to be the first Tony White, let alone be the next one. So it's just great to see the community gets around these days, and everyone comes out as a family. It's a really good atmosphere to be part of.
So we all know to ride a screen here at Macedon. It's in front of the grandstand, and when you're in front of the grandstand, it tends to be the end you like kicking goals from. In every ground in the league. This quarter, what's your predictions?
Well, if Riddle can tidy up that work in the centre...
I'll put you up there. Diggers Rest.
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
We had Melton Footy Club earlier on the day as well.
Sorry. If Diggers can tidy up their work in the midfield, I think the firepower we've seen in that first quarter forward, that if they get enough entries, this could be a real blowout. But
it's an absolute headache for poor Alistair. I mean, the defenders down there are doing a mighty job, but they just bombing it in. It's either or it's Day, or it's just coming in that quick, and they're so big.
You can see the difference. Macedon are very lowering their eyes, trying to find that smaller target, whereas Diggers are quite happy if the ball's in a contest, kick it up in the air because they're big boys. They're showing they know how to protect the ball drop, and one-on-one they're just stronger than their opponent.
And Orr's been fantastic. I mean, he's taken the centre hit out, and then he's working way forward and
this
just
is
creating an extra tall down there for him to worry about.
This is one of the things we spoke about with Cookie before the game. You know, with Cookie being out, Sammy Indian was planned to be the relief ruckman. With no Cookie, now no Jack Kernan.
Yeah.
Sammy Hildebrand's Sammy Indian, is the one out forward option. So poor Geordie Dyer. He's got a long way to go again.
And you look at Hayden Davis, the height of him for the backup ruckman or main ruckman, whichever one he is. He's a giant, and
we've seen him on the ground too. He can get the ball on the ground, and
he
also what
it beautifully.
they've both done, what both Davis and Orr have done, they've taken Dyer deep.
Absolutely, and look, it's in a monster ground for one ruckman to work. I don't know he was going to run the 4 quarters here, and he ran out of legs last week on the Riddle ground, which is a lot smaller. So,
and as Cookie said this morning, this is his 25th, 26th game of football in his life.
Yeah, so it's all new to him.
It looks like these experienced ruckmen have got hold of that and said, all right, let's take the young boy down forward and let's see how good he is. So as we get ready for the second quarter, Macedon 2-3-15, Diggers Rest 3-1-19.
And we'll let the King of Romsey take it away, Tone. It's all yours, mate.
Thanks, Paul. We're just waiting for the last of the crowd to remove themselves from the ground. There's the siren.
See that forward performance in the twos.
Andrew Harper throws the ball up high. Geordie Dyer wins that tap out at the back. Diggers Rest taking this first centre clearance. Exactly well done there. Glenn Stewart on the outer wing. Handball's up. Still a disputed ball. Very scrappy there on the outer wing. Free kick's been picked out here. Macedon kicked the forward on the right centre wing. Turnover.
That was Kendall out there, so the Cats have got a free kick by the look of it. And there's been a 50-metre penalty played, I think.
I missed the 50.
It's out there. The Kendall's got the ball. I even saw what it was for.
Yeah, I can't help you there. So
it's not a long 50 either, and he's just chipped it into it. Hang on, there's
another 50. That's a 100-metre penalty. That's poor from Diggers Rest there. They win the centre clearance, exactly what we say. They drive the ball forward, turn the ball over on a half-back flank and give away a 100-metre penalty.
That's it, and this is hopefully a certain goal for the Cats.
You've gone already, Paul?
He has. Well, look, Chris Kendall, I've put my house on you, mate, so don't let me down.
As they just take forever to put him on his line here.
Yeah, he's right on the edge of the square. That was where the 50s take him. And Schwarzenberg is on the mark. Kendall comes in and has kicked the goal for the Cats. So Macedon now hit the front. 3 goals, 3. Lead Diggers Rest 3 goals, 1 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
I'm just trying to wait here for the Diggers Rest runner to run out there and see who he's going to give a bake to for that 100-metre penalty, because
no one by the look of it, because they're all standing there.
So I'm not sure if
not a soul has moved.
Well, that's Alistair, that's the perfect start he could ask for.
It is.
You couldn't say he would have drew that up on the coaching board.
Yeah,
but
so the Cats hit the front. That was the first time for today. So they're 2 points up. We've played only about 1.5 minutes into the first quarter, and a 100-metre penalty really helped them. And so Bob brings the ball back in and throws over the umpire, and we're all about to go again.
Umpire Harley Dalman now has taken over the centre bounce. Throws the ball up. One down there indecisively by Diggers, who have got the centre clearance, second one in a row.
The pressure from the Cats in the midfield is enormous at the moment. Fantastic efforts.
Glenn Stewart on the bottom of that
he's going to pay a free kick, and he's going to Diggers. And it's going out to Tengalia.
That's very stiff on Dylan Johnson there. That was Glenn Stewart had the ball on the bottom of the pack, and then unfortunately rolled over.
A nice short kick out to Fowler in his first game. Left foot brings it out wide, looking for Orr. Big Orr's got the ball. Centre wing, playing a short, patient game. Numbers are there. The ball's hit the deck. The Cats are going to clear the ball, but it's going to be pushed out of bounds, and it's carried over by Mullen right in front of the Diggers Rest coaching box.
So we've already seen it again. Orr's taken the ruck and drifted forward. So let's see if Geordie Dyer can hold up with him in this quarter.
Umpire just throws her in. Out to Orr's got the front position, taps it over the back. That's a set play if I've seen one today. The Borough got the numbers there, but always the rough tackle. It's a free kick down to the Cats.
Nathan Bridgeson there. They had to face the oncoming traffic. Done very well. That was a very courageous act. It's half back looking for his options. No one's really moving.
There's not a lot happening in height-wise for him.
He's kicked it out towards Johnston and Filan. Johnston's got the ball. Johnston halfback. Again, there's not a lot of movement here from Macedon.
No, they're just kicking to packs now, and the Oars sitting down the line here waiting for an easy one.
And it's gone.
Good grab. Big grab by
not
the
all
bar.
that time. That time it is Diggers Rest. It is Chris Lawton, who is another big unit too.
So Lawton takes off on his right foot, kicks it down long, looking for Dave, but the Cats have got the numbers there, sitting down there with Hildebrand, who's working hard, and they just push the ball out, and they're going to throw it back in front of the coach's box for Diggers Rest.
There was Markle's opponent, Geordie Dyer, sitting down there. So
Macedon by 2 points here, and we've played nearly 4 minutes into the first quarter.
Geordie Dyer not taking the throw in. He's decided to go in defence, help out.
There's a free kick
holding the man.
And that's out to Fowler. He's got the ball on his left foot. He's just going to put it up. That was nearly 50 coming in from the side there. Ball's up high, and the Borough got numbers on the ground here, and it's down to Jensen, who's working really hard, but picked up by the Cats, and it's been popped out. Over onto Kroll. Well, Chris Lawton on the left foot. I think he's nailed that. Great goal.
That's a goal out of nowhere, wasn't it?
Absolutely out of nothing that came from. Chris Lawton, well done.
Chris Lawton was the one that took the mark here right in front of us on centre wing here on the commentary side. He's pushed over with the contest, kicked the ball from the forward pocket on the outer side. That's great. That's great work right there.
So that brings Diggers Rest back in front. 4 goals, 125 to Macedon. 3 goals, 321. We've got a great game here. 4 points on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Diggers Rest are leading the Cats. Umpire's got the ball. Just throws it up in the middle. Or against Dyer. Ball hits the deck, and the Cats are clearing the ball quite well out of there. That was Johnson who's working really hard. Dyer with the ball now. Pops it out the back, and he's just a late hit on him, but there's a chase out in the wing. The ball's just hit down on the ground. Now they're fighting for it. Cats have got the numbers. Pops it over the top. He's looking down for Govan. Govan just a little short kick, looking out for Sam Indian. But the Borough got the numbers, and it gets cleared out by Schwarzenberg. Schwarzenberg kicks it out long to Fowler. Fowler's going back to Schwarzenberg, and they just kick it back down the line, looking for a contest. Diggers have got the numbers. They just tap the ball in the middle of the ground, but the Cats are in there fighting, and I think the umpire's going to
ball it up. That was another great contest by Bridgeland there again. Again, facing the oncoming traffic, just stands there and takes the ball.
Really surprised me, though, is Tommy Schwarzenberg. He's had a fair bit of the foot. He's run off halfbacks enormous.
And he's made it a lot easier with his bleach blonde hair. We can actually see him and spot him out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ball's thrown up on the outer wing. One there by with the boot out of the... He's kicked that 60 metres out of the air. Jordan Dyer's received the ball, and he's tackled from behind. Holding the ball.
They've played on.
They've taken the advantage. Has he paid the advantage? No, he hasn't. Very lucky there for Mitch Jensen, who missed the sitter.
Came from behind him. He just didn't see. He did all the right things, and he just got pinged at the end.
Unfortunately, you don't have that long to just do what you need to do, is it? So we've got Crowley here, still lining up for his first goal of the game.
A player of his experience should nail this. I've just mozzed him.
But it was great pressure here from Crowley. Was out of the contest, off 3 steps, and has gone bang. Well done there to Crowley. Unlucky there for Dyer. You know, he's trying to do his thing. He's trying to get back in defence, help his defenders out.
Yeah, just look, not aware, no talk, the normal issues that happen when that sort of occurs. So that puts Diggers Rest 5 goals, 131. Macedon 3 goals, 321. And we've played nearly 6 minutes into the second quarter on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
I think Lobby will be a little bit happy with the last 5 minutes that we've seen. So
it's a little bit more Diggers-like.
Yeah. Again, out of the 3 centre clearances, they've won 2, and the third one was really nullified there. So
in the middle of the ground, young Dylan Johnson's off the ground at the moment. He's been terrific for them in the middle. He's done some really good work in there. So they've done quite well, but they're just some of the height for Diggers is starting to show up a little bit now.
Dylan Johnson's there, threw us off with his jumper change, so we couldn't find him for a while, but we've got who he is. So ball's back in the centre, ready to be thrown up here. Umpire Darmanin. Mark Orr versus Jordan Dyer. Ball goes up. Jordan Dyer wins that one down. Caruana's over the ball. It's a big pack. Ball's spilling around, bobbling around. Still just bobbling around. Umpire's let it go for a long time. Eventually just calls it to a stop and will ball it up about 3 metres from where it started.
So Brady Horn, he was ducking there trying to get an easy one then, but I think umpire's a bit of a wake to his little tactic.
Yeah.
Umpire throws, was just thrown out to the Diggers player, and it comes down to Moorham kicks the ball out wide, but Diggers have got the numbers out there through Hickey. Hickey on his left foot brings it out wide, looking there for Mullen. Mullen's got the ball in front of him. He's working it in front. There's a lot of pressure on him, though, and the ball runs out of bounds, forward pocket, over in the basketball flank near the scoreboard.
That's probably the best the Diggers could have hoped for there. That was 3 on 5 there. That again, so Macedon are pushing back in numbers, but I don't know if their numbers are actually being that effective at the moment.
No, not at all.
Ball is thrown in, one down by Dyer in the half-back flank. Umpire has called for a free kick, going Macedon's way. And it is Hoyne. Ticks it out wide.
To Aaron Moorham.
Moorham, long kick down the wing.
This is more what they're looking for, and that's a great Sam
That's a great
Indian,
contested mark there.
No.
It was a young Webb, I think. Young Webb's taking that on the ruckman, Mark Orr.
And he plays on.
He's giving the handball back to Moorham. 1-2. Back to Leo Webb. Webb's looking right on the left foot. Kicks it high. It's only gone about 35 metres out. Jacob Hickey's run underneath that ball there. It's caught a little bit of chaos. Diggers rest. Work it through hands. Brings it outside wide. Out to the outer wing as Mark's taken on the outer wing there by Diggers rest.
They're out now. Nice little kick down into looking for Fowler, who's playing quite a good game. So Fowler just does a mongrel punt out to David. It's been chopped off by Goff for the Cats. Goff just kicks it out towards the scoreboard. It's gone very wide out looking for Webb. Webb's got the ball back. They're going to run it back down through Govan. Govan just kicks it low and long and straight to the chest of one of the Diggers players. So Diggers peels around on his right foot, looking towards the centre of the ground. They tried to go for the chest mark, and Webber dropped the ball, but the ball's been picked up by the Cats. They drive it deep, but it's absolutely to no one, and it's down there to Tenegalia. I hope we got that right. And he kicks it out right in front of us out here into the broadcast side. Calcavesi out to Orr. Orr's got the ball, kicks it long, looking for a big mark down forward, and they're just wrestling going on, but the Cats have got the numbers, and he just handballs it out. He wants to be careful he doesn't get pinged here. And the umpire's going to throw it in front of the Diggers Rest coaching box. Yeah, so Jensen there had the run of the ball, but instead of going for the footy, he's gone for a little bit of body contact there. So not exactly sure what's going on with Jensen, but ball's thrown in here. Sideshow Bob, that's a big horse he's given that one. Diggers Rest have smashed it towards their forward line, but it's all Macedon who trickle the ball out. Leo Webb's just racking up at the moment. Filing kicks the ball, jams on the boot, looking for Moorham. Ball's 1-on-2 versus Moorham. Best thing Moorham can hope for is ball goes out. It's kept in by Schwarzenberg. Handballs into Tommy Orr. Short down the line. That's off to Matt Webber. Webber, he's assessing the options. He can go inboard if he wants. He's got numbers inside. He should be looking for the big forwards, but none of them are actually down there at the moment. Just kicked to a whole bunch of Macedon players there who spoiled each other. Sammy Indian. Yeah, Sam Indian takes the ball, but he just chips it out to no one and is out to Mullen, who tried to claim the mark, but the ball hit the deck. Mullen's still in there fighting. They're all over the back of him. I think he's going to get a free kick for this. That was well done, Mullen. He first got the ball out because he knew he was going to get a pin for it. The ball bounced back to him, and Macedon freaked out and just jumped straight on top of his back. So look at Macedon pushing numbers way back. There's hardly anyone for Diggers in the hot spot down there. Yeah, and Diggers can't get sucked into just bombing this again and that's exactly what they've done. They've kicked it straight to the Macedon players, and that's down there to Sam Indian, who's playing good game. Kicks the ball across the ground. Cats have got numbers and they're out here. It's out to Govan if he can get the ball to bounce nicely. Now he's got an open paddock on his right foot, brings it in, just kicks it along the boundary line, hoping the ball will sit up, and here they go. The Cats come back in. Oh, he's under enormous pressure now. You want to get rid of it shortly. The handballs into no one. Now's a turnover, and it's Schwarzenberg again with that blonde hair. He's easy to call. Comes back down. He's having a ripper game. Sitting down there to Mullen. So Mullen's got the ball in front of him, and he's been pinged. No, it's not Mullen down there. It's Mitch Jensen. So Jensen's going to pick up a free kick right in front of the goal in the scoreboard, down to tacking 50 for the Borough. He's played on, and he's kicked it back out to Tengali. He just pops it up high. It's their forward entries that's killing them at the moment. Matty Kroll's working down there, and the Cats are just going to run it out. This bombing is not working for them. The problem here is that Macedon have jumped all the numbers back. When they do clear it out, there's no one to kick to. Jaden Caruana open and sends it forward. He's missed the target. He had Mitchy Day all on his own. He's kicked it over his head. I tell you, the Macedon want to be very thankful they're falling down in the forward half here. Yeah, Declan Filan's out here. Caruana's looking to make up, and that's a big spoil, but he's gone down. Filan's kept his feet. He's running. Taking bounces, but there's no one to kick to because they're all in defence behind him. He swings the ball inside to Dylan Johnson there. Smart there by Filan. There was no one to kick to. Hold it up. Macedon's got to push down. That's the problem. They're still in the back line. And they've got one out wide here, and they're going to use him, and they're going to bring it out. No, they're going to go back down the middle. Down to Cook.
Cooks assesses his options, but again, there's still no one around. He's kicked it over the top.
Oh, they're
over the top of Webb's head there.
Butchering as the forwards. And it's down to Cicero, who's got the ball, brings it out wide. They didn't hear to Caruana. He's going to bring it out short to Orr. Orr's played a really good game for him. He's been really effective. So Orr right on centre wings, looking inboard. He's picked out a target, and then the Borough got the numbers in there, and they play it on out by hand. Out to Kroll. Kroll kicks it long, and that's a great hit up. Now they've got an opportunity out here, and that's through Kalkavesi. Ball's kicking long, and they've got an opportunity here, and he's been taken off the ball. That could be nearly a free kick. The umpire has, and he's picked the free kick for the chop of arms. And this is going to be a shot for goal by Jensen, and we all know how good a kicker he is.
Yeah, Jensen's got to be careful though. That's the second contest he's gone to in a row where he's gone to ground and has abused the umpire something shockingly. You know, he is the captain. He can't be doing that. You know, the umpires, if you get them on your bad side, the last thing you want as a forward is the umpire not to pay you anything. So I think he just needs to calm down a little bit. Maybe Lobby should throw him on the ball, get him away from the heavy, close checking he's getting it forward. But player who's class should nail this.
Mosdy.
Nah, it's all right. I trust Mitchie.
And he has missed it.
He's hooked it far. He hasn't even scored.
No, it's been punched through. No, out of bounds.
Yeah, Mitch Jensen, he's better than that. But
so 11 and a half minutes into the second quarter. Diggers rest 5-1-31. Macedon 3 goals, 3-21.
I think this is actually very good coaching here by Alistair. He's decided to fight the back line. And
there's a shot by... he's missed it, and that was by Orr. He's causing him a big headache in the ruck and around the ground too, actually.
It's now 5-3-33 to 3-3-21 Diggers rest way. But Diggers, they just haven't found a way to kick through this flood. They're just bombing it straight back to the Macedon players.
Yeah, they just need to clean their forward entries up, and then unfortunately the floodgates might open because it's coming back. The Macedon turning it over far too easy in their own forward. They don't have a target at the moment. I mean, Sam's down there and big Geordie Dwyer swapping into the deep forward as well, but they miss Cookie, they're missing Kernan and that, so their target's gone.
Well, as we stand here now, the ball's just come in from Diggers' back line. There is only one person, Macedon side of forward of centre circle, so they're going to have to run this ball through here. As they do, run it by hands, outer wing, ball's been wrapped up, and umpires called for it themselves. He'll be balled up in the outer wing. This will give time Macedon to push forward now.
One of the young Macedon boys has got a nice knee print of a Diggers rest player in the middle of his back there. Umpire's got the footy now. Just going to throw it up in centre wing. Up it goes, both Ruckman wrestling, and Orr just smashes it forward, but the Cats have got numbers behind the footy, and they drive it deep, but there's a 2-on-1 contest down there, and the big Ruckman Davis is there for the Borough. Just chips it wide now. They're playing the short game. They're playing a bit clever footy now. Brings it in on his right foot and he just bombs it along. But there is numbers out behind the footy here. Now they're out, and there's one handball goes on to the middle. Out to
Glenn Stewart. Stewart hits up about 45 metres out, 50 out from the Diggers rest end. And that was a little bit smart. As we said, they played the slow ball, and then when they had the player out, we've got a blood rule here. Macedon player will come off the blood rule.
So Josh Wallace has got the footy.
This might give time for Lobby to just get the advice out to the players there that run this ball through the flood. Don't just keep kicking it back on their head. So
they've just got to reset their forward line and open it up. They do that, they'll be going all right.
Yeah, and you know, if Macedon want to continue to flood, run the ball into the flood and kick over the top of it. Don't just kick straight back to them. So time back on here.
So Josh Wallace lining up. He's right about 45 metres out from goal. He's nearly in front. Shuffle. Oh, he's going to kid up short, and the Cats have got the numbers down the back, and it's been the ground's hit the deck, but the Cat Day's out there, and he chips it out to Korana. Got the ball, and he's going to be pinged for holding the ball, and the Cats are off. They're running now. Out on his left, he wants to be quick, and his kick's been rushed, and it's out to Sam. He hits the ball down onto the ground, but the Borough got the numbers there, and it's out to Lawton. Lawton handballs over down to Fowler. Fowler brings it in, and he's going to have a shot, and that is missed.
He's ran too far.
He's gone too far,
the umpire's called it back. He was sort of caught in two minds there. Didn't know whether to hit up the target or go for himself, and then he's done neither. So again, Macedon, they shouldn't have taken that advantage there from the back pocket because they have no one forward. So you're just running it straight back to yourself.
So Declan Filan's got the ball. He's just going to kick it out, looking for Nipper right, and then that's well punched over the line by the Borough players. And we're going to have another throw-in right in front of the grandstand. And the big punch-out was by Lachlan Hickey from the Borough. So Sideshow Bob's got the ball.
given time for Macedon to push them forwards deep, but again, they're still all up inside the 50. Bob's thrown the ball in. Davis wins that tap out clearly.
Pull of jumpers there.
Jacob Hipke handballs off. That's Stewart. Stewart this way, that way. Sends the ball deep.
Good
that's
grab.
a great mark. Is that Mitch Day?
Yeah.
Waiting for him to turn around. Sorry there, guys. Or is it Krull? Could be Krull.
It was kicked in by Tengalia. We're going to have to learn how to pronounce that
Krull.
one.
Yeah, well, he's had enough of. You think we've had enough turns at saying his name, but
So Matty Krull, they really do need to take advantage of some of these.
Krull's going for his second here.
Comes in, player of his experience should kick this, and he has. That's Kroll's second. That brings Macedon to Diggers Rest, 6 goals, 2-38. Leading the Cats 3-3-21. We've played 14 and a half minutes here in the second quarter on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. And the Borough just starting to break away a little bit.
Yeah, what do you make it of this? I don't want to call it scrappy because it's a bit disrespectful for both teams. But
no, the pressure Macedon are putting on enormous, but can they sustain it is the biggest question.
And as you can see already from this quarter, they're sustaining the pressure, but they can't sustain once they've won the ball. They can't push out of their defensive 50 because there's just no one to go to.
No, there's nothing to go to. So they're looking down. Diggers are going to reset their forward line. I mean, it is such a potent forward line, but it's just coming in so scrappy.
The Diggers half backs and wings are staying smart. They're staying out of the contest, but then they're just bombing it straight back to the Macedon numbers. So
umpire throws it up. Oh, great hit by the Cats, and these punches it forward. They've got the numbers here, but they overrun it, and he's just working so hard, the young ruckman, and he's fighting desperately on the middle of the ground there. And Baggs is in there trying to help him out as well. I think the umpire's going to ball it back up, and we're right at the end of the cricket pitch. We're about 10 metres in from the Macedon centre forward line.
Those 3 repeat efforts there from Dyer was exactly what we've seen last week. So
he's unbelievably.
The ball's gone up again. Baggs gets the stoppage out. Declan Filan drams on his left, sends it forward. Wow, great body work. He's paid a push against Jai White, and it's going to... Who's it going to? I'm not sure who this is.
No, we don't have a number 19 in our list. They changed jumpers on us and they tell us.
The book says it's Hamish Miles, but I'm not exactly sure who.
Well, that'll
anyway,
do. So Hamish Miles, is it?
That's what it says in the record, so we'll see how we go.
Oh, Willem. No, of course, it's down the bottom here. Willem McKay. We got him in the list, and he has missed it to the left. Good play by the young fella. It's his first game too.
As you can tell too, he doesn't look like he can shave yet, so the Borough bring it in. There's no one on the mark.
He's going to kick long down the wing looking for a mark.
Looking for Davis here. And Davis has taken it. But
no, they've picked a free kick out to the Cats.
And that's what I said before. It's against Jensen. He's frustration here.
It's going to young Barham. And the umpire is 50. Yes, the Barham's got a bit of fire in him, young Barham.
Mitchy Jensen just going off his rocker at the umpire here. He really needs to calm down.
They've already given 100 metres away today. 3 Diggers players are expressing their views. I don't think they like that one.
I think the Macedon player's gone over to congratulate the umpire's decision there. So we've got young Barham here having a crack at his first goal.
Well, the pedigree's very good, so he should kick it.
Soak up the limelight, young fella.
Dad Jamie was a good kick.
25 out, straight in front. On he goes. He's kicked that beautifully, and he's given it a bit to the crowd too.
That's his first goal in senior footy.
Well done,
Congratulations,
Joey.
mate. Well done.
He's tensed the muscles and everything.
Where is it? Well done, young Joey Barham. That's a league footballer's name, Joe Barham, isn't it?
I think we might call that a few times.
Yeah, he's going to be a player of the future for the club. He's good height, good athleticism, good pedigree. If there's a racehorse, he'd be sitting up there in the Class 1s, that's for sure.
Well, you look at, he won that free kick by standing under the high ball.
Yep.
You know, his first game, he could have easily, there was some big boys around him. You know, you had Hayden Davis right on his head.
That's 2 goals they've given away.
From ill discipline.
50.
Ill discipline.
So, I mean, realistically.
So, Diggers are leading here, 5-2-32 to 4-4-28, 15-minute
4
mark.
points in it, and it seems like there's a lot more to it.
Lobby's done exactly what I suggested he should have done about 15 minutes ago, and Chuck Jensen on the ball, try and break that tag that he had as the lone out forward here. Up goes Davis versus Dyer. No one wins the ruck contest there. The ball's just bouncing around. Groven has been taken down by a great tackle there by Lachlan Hickey. Hickey on the left, sends it forward. We've got Ryan Mullen out on a half back flank, half forward flank, sends it inside. McMahon, centre half forward, sends it out further wider. Here we go, Jensen. He's hit the ground again, Jensen. And he'll be ready there. Joey Barham, he'll be there, kicks it on. He had no left foot there.
Another
but
one.
Surely that's downfield. Jensen, ill-disciplined again.
He's better than this.
So the ball has been paid downfield. Macedon have the ball on half-back flank. Goff swings it over to the scoreboard side. They've got the run now.
Cats are out, and then Bridgeland's sitting out there, and he's going to pick the ball up. He should run with the ball, takes it into the middle. He's looking down there for Sims. Sims got the ball on the centre wing, looking for movement. There's no one really free, but there's popped out one out in the middle, and it's sitting down to Goff. So Goff's got the ball virtually in the centre of the ground. He just kicks it long, looking for a target, and he's found one out there, sitting way out into the flank.
Moram comes in. Moram sends it deep. It's going to be a contest here, about 15 out straight in front. Flyers where no one actually touched the ball. Ball's hit the deck, bouncing around. Comes out the back to Filan. Filan on his left. He's kicked it just across the face.
Gee, they are out then, the Cats. That was a great opportunity they had.
That was probably the best bit of play we've seen from Macedon. You know, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They set the ball up, they switched it, and off they went.
So Kalkavesi puts it on his foot. He's just going to chip it out. They've got numbers out there. Sitting out there at the moment is Josh Wallace. Wallace kicks it long into the middle of the ground. The Borough out here now. They're looking out for Schwartzberg, who's been brilliant all day for them, a young player. Got the ball. They're going to give it over. They should, but he's going to have a shot. He's Caruana. Kicks the ball long. They've got numbers. They just stand there, not even talking, the Diggers players down there. That is... It was the discipline that earlier in the day there were 4 of them standing there, and it happened again. They've got to start talking.
That was Mark Orr there and Mitchy Day. Both of them stood there and it bounced smack bang between the two of them. They're only 5 metres apart. So I think poor Zach Smedley got one of the meanest falcons we've ever seen right in front of us. So he's going to have Sheridan imprinted on his forehead there.
Umpire throws it in.
Well, that's a shallow throw in.
Sure, they should redo that one. No, they're not going to. They're just going to. It's going to be a throw. Well, the Diggers player stands up with the ball, and it's a shot at goal. It's hit the post. Not sure who kicked that. Actually, it might have been Mitch Day who had the shot. But the Cats got the ball. They're going to play on very quickly. They're kicking it out wide, looking for Govan. The ball's not going to bounce well for him. He's under pressure now. He has been tackled, but he's kicked it out, and it's gone out to Moram. Moram's got the ball. Now they're out, the Cats, and that's out to Kendall. Kendall's got it on the far flank. Kicks it into the middle. There's an opportunity.
Bags.
That's a great mark. Zach Bags.
That was Macedon's play they wanted to do all the time, you know, and they didn't. Their skill work was perfect all the way through.
The transition out of the back half has been really good all day, and actually doing it better than what the Borough are at the moment. So this is great opportunity for Bags. They need this goal, and that'll put them in front, and that's really unexpected, to be honest with you. And they're playing well, the Cats, so the pressure they're putting on Diggers is enormous. It's the Diggers' discipline that's causing them problems.
Yeah. In comes Bags.
And
he has kicked it straight over the goal umpire's hat. That's Bags' first for today. Now, that's exactly what we've seen Macedon trying to do last week. They're trying, and that's right on the siren too. That's half time. So, you cannot complain going into half time with a lead.
2 points up.
So, as we spoke about last week against Riddle, and again today, they want to switch the ball, and then once they're out, they want to go. Yeah. And the last 2 plays, they have hit their target all the way down the field.
And that's made it, they've just gone wide. They've played the ground beautifully, where Diggers seem to get... They come through, but they're under so much pressure and so much ill discipline in their forward line at the moment. It's just falling apart for them.
Yeah, and
if they clean it up, they'd be 5 goals up at the moment.
You can see the steam pouring out of Lobby's ears from here. So
you'd be furious.
And, you know, that last poor free kick from Mitch Jensen was right in front of his box too. So Lobby's aware of this, and you know he's got to get this team back on track.
They do need to clean up, but let's give credit where it's due. The Cats' pressure has been enormous.
And the Cats' pressure is what's caused this ill discipline, because the Diggers thought they were going to come here and roll over top of them and have a nice public holiday, and off they go, but
so
that's not let them do it.
Yeah. Best players for the Cats. I mean, let's be honest here. Dwyer's just one out in the ruck. He's doing incredibly well. You go down to Sam Indian's doing well. Young Joey Barham and the goal he kicked in really helped him out. The one I've been impressed with, Dylan Johnson, in his work in the midfield's been enormous. And we've called it a few times. Young Aaron Moore out wide. He's getting Chris Kendall. They're creating havoc out wide.
And another one I've also liked on the outer wing, Leo Webb, just up and back. There's not much of him, but he has taken some big hits today, and he just stands back up and runs again. And
so we'll go to the Borough. Look, my favourite player today is young Tommy Schwarzenberg. I think he's been absolutely fantastic for him. He stands out with his blonde hair, but he's been so effective out there in the way he's been actually carrying the ball. Mark Orr's been terrific. But he's fighting a bit of a lone hand out there. They just got, some of their senior players just got to clean up and keep their mouths quiet, to be honest with you.
And the other one that's really impressed me, well, there's been two really. There's been Josh Fowler.
Hayden Davis is the other one.
And Hayden Davis was one I was going to say. But also you got Chris Lawton, that lethal left foot of his. And he's ruckman size playing on the wing, and he's moving gracefully across the turf. So both teams have good players. Both teams have players that really need to pick their game up as well. But again, I'm taking nothing away from Macedon. I feel that their pressure is what's caused the ill discipline from Diggers here. So
just before we go, we're going to have a bit of a break. Macedon lead by 2 points here in the Anzac Day game at Tony Clark Reserve, and we'll have a bit of a break now, and we'll call it a day. Come back just before the
don't call it a day just yet, Paul. We've got a half to go. So.
It's been a long day.
All right,
Thanks,
so
guys.
Macedon leading 5-5-35 to Diggers Rest 6-3. Oh, hang on, the scores changed. Sorry, the scoreboard was wrong here. So it's been Macedon a 5-5-35 to Diggers Rest 6-3-39. So, thank you. We'll see you back at 3/4 time. Thanks.
Running of the Memorial Cameron Baird gift. So we've got junior boys, junior girls, senior female, senior male race. So we'll come back in a moment and give you a little bit more of an update. But mums and dads, boys and girls on the footy field, you'll see there's a running track. We need you to move off the running track so that no one gets injured. Okay, guys? Hey, mums and dads, if you wouldn't mind just getting your help with the little tackers. The running race will go from the bottom end of this side of the ground to the top end of this side of the ground. So, kids with your footies, if you want to keep kicking, please go to the far side of the ground and have fun. But on this side, guys, you have to hold your footies and we can't kick any further. So, if you want to keep enjoying kicking your footies, please, guys, move to the other side of the footy ground. Thank you, and we'll be just about ready to go. Give us about 5 minutes, ladies and gents. partnership with the Commando Welfare Trust. The Commando Welfare Trust looks after commandos and their families in times of financial hardship. We also formed a link through some of our friends here with Cameron Baird's family. Now, for those of you who don't know, Cameron Baird, Victoria Cross winner, Medal of Gallantry winner, actually played in the Riddle District Football League. So there you have it. Boys and girls, for those of you who don't know, the Victoria Cross, the most important bravery medal that we have in the Australian Defence Forces. So there's 4 races today named in honour of Cameron Baird. So what we're going to do today is run 4 races, junior boys, under 18s and below, junior girls, under 18s and below, senior male and senior female. We'd like to thank Scotty and Kate O'Brien from Macedon Nursery Garden Supplies. They've sponsored the $400 prize per race, ladies and gentlemen, plus $200 for the trust. So thanks, Scotty and Kate. We'd also like to thank for the senior race. This year it's gone up to $1,000 prize purse for the winner of the senior male and the winner of the senior female race. And so we have Brad and Georgie Eshies from up at the training post, and this year Craig Ferguson has jumped in to bring up the balance. And so for that particular race there'll be $1,000 per prize, and there'll be $1,000 that goes into the trust. So thanks very much. A round of applause if we can. Thanks, guys. All right, Daniel, if you're ready. Okay, boys and girls, we really need to move away from the track just so nobody gets injured. Hey, boys playing footy down the end, can you move off the track, please? Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Okay, we've got Daniel Page is going to arrange the start. The first race is the junior girls. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we do have 2 judges up the end with their video cameras. We'll be very fair about the winner and ensure that the winner does come up with a prize. So, Daniel, I'm going to throw to you. Ladies and gents, when you do hear the start, give them a round of applause, clap them home, and let's see which club can take out the junior female race. 120 metres, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, thanks, Dan. When you're ready.
And they're off and running with a 120-metre stall. Not exactly sure who is who. We haven't been given any names, but the one closest to your screen is leading at the moment. This is great pushing, and she's extending her lead out here all the way through to the finish line. 120-metre race, and the winner will be the lane closest to the screen stand. Well done.
Fantastic, young ladies. Well done. Congratulations. A big effort, and thank you very much. We'll announce the winners after the 4 races have been run. All right, so ladies and gents, boys and girls, we've now got the junior boys 120-metre Corporal Cameron Baird Victoria Cross Medal of Gallantry gift race. Thanks, Dan, when you're ready.
The sirens, the shooter's start's gone. The junior boys is being won at the moment quite clearly by the inside lane. The inside lane is pulled. There's a massive lead out in front here. The race is on between the two for second and third. That is a scorching run there.
Well done, boys. Big effort and congratulations to all 3 of you. Thank you. All right, Dan, when you're ready, ladies and gents, $1,000. The price has gone up this year. Very competitive. And we'll throw over to the race master, Dan, when you're ready. Thanks, mate.
So as we wait here for the starter gun to start for the senior women, $1,000 prize on offer. And off it goes. Very close start here. Looks like the Macedon jersey in the middle is leading the race. Can they maintain the race? There's a 120-metre race to go. Macedon's pulling away. Looks like from Wood End here, closest to me, but Macedon, she's starting to slow down. Still another 30 metres to go. Going to push it right the way through the line, and yeah, she has run the race on the inside line there for Macedon. $1,000.
Congratulations, ladies. Well done. Great race. Thank you. And the final event for the day, ladies and gents, we'll throw back to Dan. It's the senior male 120-metre gift. Thanks, Dan.
Got quite a few starters here in the senior men's. Starter gun goes, and they're off and running. Looks like the runner in the middle of the track with the white shirt, Western Rams, is off and running. He's got the lead at the moment. The player on the inside has no shoes on, but he's going, and the leader has taken a stumble. And he's finished with a great fall. Not exactly sure who wins. I think it was inside lane there. Unlucky for the one in the white in the middle track, taking a great stumble. Acrobatic.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's a $1,000
drama
winner.
Reminds me of a very famous ice skating race at the Olympics some time ago. Well done, gents. Congratulations to you. Craig, if you would please bring the winners down from each of the 4 races. We'll announce them and thank them for their efforts. Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll grab you back in a couple of minutes just to announce the winners. And again, big round of applause to all the competitors. Thanks, guys. Well done. Congratulations. This race on the front page of all the newspapers in Melbourne, aren't we, Bill? Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first race of the day is the junior female, the junior girls race, and we've got Eliza Patterson-Lade from the Macedon Cats. Woo! Well done, Eliza. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the junior boys, under 18 and below, we have Hunter Hansen from the Sunbury Lions. Well done, Hunter. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls again, for the senior race this year, the Cameron Bear Memorial Gift, we have Ash Coxwell from the Macedon Cats. Well done, Ash. Congratulations. Congratulations. And last for the day, ladies and gents, one of our own from Macedon again, we have Maxie Richards from the Macedon Cats. Well done, Maxie. What an exciting event, and well done all runners. Thanks for your participation in sport, ladies and gents. Enjoy the rest of the footy. What a great day. And the netball, of course. Thank you.
Welcome back to Tony Clark Reserve here for the second half of our Anzac Day clash between Macedon Cats and Diggers Rest Boroughs. Paul, what do you want to say for the second half, mate? What do you reckon is going to happen?
I'm still recovering from the running race. That was the best tumble I've seen, and recovery. Someone should sign him up. It was fantastic. He should have got the money just for the tumble. It was brilliant in the men's run.
It was great athleticism, wasn't it? and it was for a great cause too, Cameron Baird gift, memorial gift. $1,000 went to the two winners of the senior races and $400 to the juniors. So well done to the charity for raising that. A great bit of fun. And here in the grandstand, when the young guy from Western Rams did take that fall, geez, we got up and about with it. Everyone loved it. So
it was a close race till then, and now it was brilliant. It was really well done. Second half's going to be really, really interesting. Can the Cats keep the pressure up? Tough for them. I mean, it's a big day, so the adrenaline will be running. They've lost both their key forwards. There's an enormous bit of pressure on their forwards, especially Sam, Indian, who now has got to stand up and take the ruck work. So the him and Jordan Dwyer are really going to have an enormous influence in this second half for them to have a chance. But they're playing good footy. They're certainly outrunning wide Diggers, running better than Diggers. And Diggers themselves, they've just got to be disciplined. I mean, they gave 2 goals away. They're mouthing off. The captains, guys, you're the senior players. It's time to put your head in and concentrate on the game and set the example and set the standard. I know it can be frustrating. We've all been guilty of it. But it doesn't change the umpire's decision. It just puts you on offside to him. So second half is going to be interesting. Look, I think the Borough will run away with it. That's my own opinion. Like we saw last week, Macedon stayed with them to halfway through the third quarter. But anyway, we'll see how it happens. The umpire's got the ball, throws it up. Borough get the ball down, but there's going to be a big chase in the middle. The Plotties clash, and the Macedon Cats get down the bottom of the ball. Out it comes through Dwyer. Dwyer kicks the ball out to Bridgeland, and Bridgeland kicks it out to looking to Nipper Wright. Nipper Wright just pops it up high in the sky air, but it's Borough's got the ball numbers down there, and it's going to be a free kick picked out here, going to Diggers Rest, and that's out down to Matt Webber. Webber's got the ball. There's a switch on here, but I don't think he's going to be brave enough to bring it in the middle because the Cats have got the number. So he just kicked down the line. Nice short little kick. Looking down for Kalkavesi. Has the ball way out in front of the scoreboard. Very slow play. There's not a lot of movement here for the Borough at the moment. They're just going to chip it down safely. Up goes the ball. Chips out. The Borough are out here. They've got one coming out through Wallace. Wallace gets the ball out to the big fella out and down now to Schwarzberg, who's playing a brilliant game. He just pops it up. Now they're running. Comes back into the Borough. He's going to put it into the hot spot. Looking for Jensen's trying to milk a free kick there, and he hasn't got it. And he's not going to be happy about that one. And the Cats just push it out and force it out. And we've got to throw it in the forward pocket down the Diggers Rest end, who are kicking to left of screen.
Yeah, I was very interested to see how the Cats would come out if they would continue with the flood that they employed in the second quarter there. As we can see in front of us, they do have some numbers back, but most of them are in the Diggers Rest forward line. Ball's thrown in. Or wins the tap out easily there. Down to Hoyne from Macedon, who tries to clear the space. But that's a great mark taken there by Tengalia. Tengalia sets his options. There is a lot of Cats jumpers around, so he's got to lower his arms here. Got to lower his eyes. The Borough forwards have to work to try and clear some space out here.
I think he's going to have a shot. He's got the mouth guard in the socks, and that's the giveaway that he's going to have a ping.
He'll be kicking this from at least 55.
Easily. Young Barham's on the mark.
Standing right on the 50. In comes Tengalia. Segs the right hoof into it. It's a bit of a helicopter style. It's a long distance. Oh, ball got over the back there. Was spoiled well there through Macedon out for a rush behind.
Jensen could nearly mark that.
Yeah, Tommy Hildebrand there was on the last line of defence, knocked it through. Ball's taken out by Macedon out to the outer side back pocket. Out comes Johnson. Johnson on that high left boot sends it up. It's 2-on-2 here. Great contest there by young Cook. Oh no, Govan, sorry. And the ball's gone out of bounds there on the half-back flank for Macedon.
He has played a good game, Govan, without being super dominant. He's been really hard at the contest, and that's all you want from your captain on days like this.
Exactly right. Ball's thrown in on the half-back flank for Macedon. Well, tap out is done straight down and has been tapped straight back into another stoppage. So it'll be ball up here, half-back flank. Yeah, Govan has been well, but that's probably one good thing about Macedon. They haven't had a standout, but they've been very even across. So
umpire throws it up. Davis for the Borough. It just punches it forward, but Macedon's got the numbers there. Oh, that was a bit of a swing tackle, and the umpire's going to bring it back, and we're going to throw it up again. We're about 55 metres out from the Diggers Rest goal. Throws it up. They're just tossing and fighting in the middle there, but they're going to get the ball out, but it comes out down to Mullen for the Cats, and he's just going to force it out, and we're now going to have a throw in for the third stoppage in a number of minutes, sitting out there in front of the Empowering Age Community sign.
And Govan here is taking the ruck work for Macedon against Davis.
A little bit outsized.
Yeah, but he's got a strong body there, so as long as he gets his body in front, he's putting in a good contest. At least it's just a one out here. So the ball's thrown in. Govan, Davis wins it with his height over down, but the ball just goes straight back down. Diggers Rest, ball bobbles around, ball goes setting forward into their 450. Mark. That's a great mark there taken by
Smedley at
the half-back. Another 50-metre penalty has been given away from Diggers there. That time against Mark Orr. What's that, number 4 for today, I think it is?
Yeah, and then 100 in as well. You see, kicks it out wide. Diggers have got the numbers out here, and the ball hits the deck, but the Macedon players are in there, and there's always a good tackle. Gee, he's played a good game, Schwartzberg, today. He's been really in there for the Borough.
And he's tackled Nathan Bridgeland, who's played a very good game there on the outer wing for Macedon. Ball will be thrown up here, half forward for Macedon. Govan takes the ruck work. Ball's come down to Caruana, who's dropped the ball, down to Filan, who's also dropped the ball, and it's just tied up again. Repeat stoppage. Ball has travelled about.
And this is
50
exactly what
centimetres.
Macedon want to have happen. They're just going to play stoppage, and then one of them will get out and off they go. Ball hits the ground there. Out they go. Oh, he's tried to take everyone on. He was lucky he didn't get pinged there, but the Cats have got the ball. They've just thrown it out in the open. Handball in front of himself. Lucky not to give one away is Brody Horn, but he's been pinged for holding the ball, and he handballed the ball in front of him. He was a bit stiff. Diggers with the ball. He's going to chip it out, down looking for Webber. Webber's taken the mark, centre wing, right close to the boundary line. Just going to chip it up high, but there's too many Cats players there, and that's young Barham who's got the ball now. He's gone wide, he's going to play on, so Barham kicks it long down to a contest where there's many Borough players there. And that's a good mark taken down there by Kroll. Kroll goes across the ground. Now they've got a bit of space. Just chips it over, but going back out looking for Krull again, who's pushed up for another option. That's fantastic play. Gone down there to Wallace. Wallace for Diggers Rest has got the ball, sitting just onside the 50 for the Cats. In front of the scoreboard, they're just chipping it around, looking for an option, but there's not a lot moving for them at the moment. This is really stagnant. Players is falling to what the Cats want. Now they got an out. Sitting out here by himself is Webber, and he should look to give it out to him. Webber's got the ball. Now we got to push in. There's a player in the middle, and he's just going to chip it over, but that's going straight to. That's a terrible kick. And Sims for the Cats gets the ball, pops the middle, but he's turned it over. It's gone over to Lawton. Lawton has the ball. They're just kicking it to each other. Kick to kick, but going the wrong way.
Lawton goes to the attacking kick straight down the middle. Easy uncontested mark was dropped there. And that's poor discipline there by Dylan Johnson, for Macedon. He's given away an unsuspected free kick. So Diggers Rest have it. On the left, swings it deep into the forward pocket. Jensen's here. Again, he's gone to ground again, Jensen. He's finally got one. He's finally been given one. That'll put a smile on his face. So Jensen's going to be about 35 out, 45 to...
And he's going to get 50
and now he's going to get a 50 there. Joey Barham threw the ball to the wrong player, threw it to his teammate rather than back to Jensen. So Jensen's going to stroll in from top of the goal square for his second goal here.
A little bit undisciplined.
I don't know if that was confusion or ill discipline, but... Oh, and Jensen's given it to him as well, so...
Young player.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was aware that it was a Diggers Rest free kick or not, but doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, does it?
No, they get 150 back, so that takes Diggers 7-4-46, Macedon 5-5-35. 6.5 minutes gone into the third quarter.
Yeah, and that switch where they brought it out of the 50 here, Diggers, where they eventually just went kick to kick there for a little while. I don't think the Diggers players worked hard enough on the switch outlet to push the boundary side.
No.
The kick was terrible. The kick went to the only Macedon player within 20 metres of anyone, but still.
But they're both turning it over to each other. The skill set's not great. There's no excuse today. It's a beautiful day.
No, it was just the work rate isn't quite there for Diggers at the moment. No. So umpire Harper here back in the centre circle will throw it up. Davis versus Dyer. Just waiting for the 666, I believe.
There's going to be a infringement here for the 6-6. No, he's going to throw it up.
Ball goes up. Davis versus Dyer. Dyer jumps way too early. Davis smart there. Stayed down, wins the tap out, gets the centre clearance, moves it forward. It's hit Mullen versus Bridgeland. Ball comes to ground.
Free kick.
There's been a free kick.
Diggers going to Diggers Rest. Didn't see. I thought actually might have gone to the Cats that one.
Ryan Mullen wins the free kick there. And Mullen assesses his options. He's got to move it quickly before they flood back Macedon, and he has. He's hit up. Kroll on the left towards Mitchy Day, over his head. Mitch Day gets his hands to it, ball's on the ground, handball's out. We've got Fowler on the left, and he's hooked it too far. One behind. Diggers Rest 7-5-47 to Macedon 5-5-35.
So Jared Bullis is going to kick the ball back in. And that's a handy little lead the Borough's built up here. Hildebrand's calling for a wide out in front of us over here. Bullis is just going to chip it short. Cats playing careful football, just trying to take it out. Kicks it long, looking down for Tommy Hildebrand. Hildebrand's outnumbered. He's taken a great grab and plays on. Kicks it along the ground. Ball's bounced nicely for the Macedon players, but as he's turned it over, he's handballed into the Borough. Got numbers now. Comes back in through Caruana, kicks the ball along, and it's a good mark out there on the half-forward line. Out there for Fowler. Fowler's played well, kicks it along to Orr. Orr's got the ball, he's going to put it up for Jensen. Jensen's been gone over his head, and it's down to Johnson, who's got the ball, working hard for the Cats. Johnson takes the ball out. Got numbers out there at the moment to Govan. Govan just kicks it along the ground, looking down for Moram. Moram's out there. They've got room now. He's taking the mark. Just playing it short. Just going to bring it back down, and it's down to Sims. Sims has got the ball.
He's got to slow it down here because he's got to wait for his Macedon teammates to move
slowing it down to a walk here.
And this is what's smarter than they didn't do this in the second quarter. They didn't slow it down here, and they didn't kick to anyone. Now it's given time for Macedon to get down, even out the numbers. But it's a spilt mark there by Diggers, but they've got numbers on the ground level, and they run it away from half-back flank. Hit up Mark Orr, right on centre wing. Mark Orr runs it along, gives the handball back to Diggers. Govan, great tackle there. He has disrupted this. They were out here, but the ball is just pinging around, bouncing back and forth, and the ball has been tied up on the outer wing.
Great play, Hamish Govan. He was outnumbered, and he fought, and he was one out, and that was fantastic play by them. Young Barham too. They're pushing over. They're really putting a lot of pressure on the ball carrier.
Yeah, it's exactly what we're waiting for the captain. So the ball will be thrown up here, outer wing. Just on the Diggers' rest side. Ball goes up, one down by Orr, but the clearance has been won here by Macedon. Ball's just got to sit. Unfortunately for Hoyne, it doesn't sit. Ball was turned over here. Their Fowler on his left, hits inside forward. That's a great kick.
And
well
50.
done. Fowler there from Diggers' rest. That's a great inside 50. It's poor from Goff. Doesn't stand the mark. Mitch Day runs into pretty much an open goal.
Easy goal for the Diggers. That's 8 goals, 5. The Diggers go out now to 53. Macedon 5-5-35. They're opening up a handy little lead here.
Yeah, look, Goff was beaten in the 1-on-1 contest, but then just didn't stay attached and didn't pay any attention to the mark. Mitch Day, aware of exactly what was going on, ran into the open goal.
Did. Smart play.
Yeah, so that's staying engaged in the game there from Mitchy Day. You know, Goff, he's been pretty good this morning, today, but unfortunately that's not the one something he's going to want to look back at.
No,
and doing that right in front of your coach's box, I think the coach might bring it up as well.
Well, you got to be alert the whole time. You know he's going to play on. He just strolled into goal. Umpire's going to throw the ball up. Up it goes. Davis gets the tap straight down to the Diggers players, and they just bomb the ball along looking for the tall timber. That's a great mark. Worked him underneath, and the Cats are going to repel out of defence, looking down towards the ground. But there's 4 Diggers players here, and they've got the numbers. Concentrating on the great play. Handball out. Comes out to Hickey. Hickey with the ball up. They're just going to muck around with it a little bit here, not overuse it. Down over through Davis. Davis gives it back to Hickey. Hickey kicks long, and that's hits Crowlers or Day. Day's got the ball again for another shot. This will be for his 3rd or 4th goal.
It'll be second. This is his second. So. But that was a lethal left foot there by Fowler, wasn't it? That was a great left foot inside 50.
This is about where he played on from last time and had it a bit easier, but the guys are well on the mark now. So Day's got the ball. He's probably about 30 metres out. He should kick this. He's an experienced player. And I've just mozzed him.
It's a tightish angle. I'll let this one slip if it doesn't go straight through.
He has missed it to the right, and it's another point to Diggers. So Diggers 8 goals, 6-54, lead Macedon 5-5-35. We're 10 minutes into the 3rd quarter on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Macedon look to bring it in here. He's got the option short. He doesn't quite hit Bags. That's turned the ball over in a dangerous area. Jensen from 40 out, snaps around his body. That's frustration from Jensen there because he had players running past. He should have given the handball off.
Bullis kicks it short and it's gone out to Goff. Goff's going to drive it down centre wing in front of us here. Looking down there for Webb. Webb's taken a goal. He didn't pay it, the umpire. That was a bit unfortunate. Coming out down to Davis. Davis kicks the ball across into Orr. Orr has been an absolute headache for Macedon today. He just chips the ball into the middle of the ground and it's down to McMahon. Right at centre forward. He's going to play it short, looking for a hit-up target, and that's a great hit. Fantastic kick. That's Tommy Orr, number 90. Not many players wear a number 90 on their back.
And having red hair.
And having red hair.
Relatively tall, easy to call for us callers.
Blondes and redheads.
He's still got to kick this from outside 50, but he looks pretty confident.
He will be kicking from outside 50. Tom Orr right in front, kicks long to the hot spot, looking for a mark. Oh, big leap. The umpire's going to pick a free kick out here, and it's going to Macedon. And I think it's Fireland. Just kicks it out long, out to the flank, and then that's Fireland out there right at the moment. He's always been flipped off the ball, but they've got the numbers out there through for Govan. Out there through Bags, and they're going to play on. He's just kicking it along, but looking for numbers, and Diggers have got the players down there, but the ball's going to roll out of bounds. No, it's going to stay in, right in front of the scoreboard. And Diggers with hands out to Schwartzberg. Schwartzberg on his right foot, pops it up, looking down there for Bags, and he's taken a really good contested mark. Zach Bags for the Cats has the ball centre wing, just chips it out wide, looking for Govan. Govan with the ball way over the boundary line, centre wing of the ground. Looking, not a lot moving for him. He's looking for a target. He's going to drive it long. But I think the Borough's got the numbers down there, and they certainly do. And the big, tall guy in Davis has taken the mark.
And he's missed his target, Davis, going forward, looking for Tommy Orr. Ball bounces off his shins out of bounds on the outer side, half forward flank for Macedon. Umpire waits for the ruckman. They're all set. Throws the ball back in. There's one down there by Orr. The ball is still pinging around. Declan Fireland wins a hard contested ball there, but it gets stripped out of it. Handball's back into congestion. Ball is just pinging around, and the umpire's going to have to call it to a stop here.
So right in front of the scoreboard, half forward flank for the Macedon side. It's Orr versus Sam Indian for the Cats. Sam Orr hits it, taps it over the back, but the Cats got numbers here, going to run the ball onto the top of the ball. Just fighting for it and flips it out the back, and this has gone to the favour of the Borough, but the Cats have been intercepted, and big Sam Indian, he's wrapped up, and the umpire's going to ball her up again, and we're dead smack on centre wing this time.
Yeah, Nathan Bridgeland was out there, but the ball just did not sit. Hit the one dirt patch and just stayed real low. So we'll reset this here, basically in the centre of the circle. Ball goes up. Orr versus Indian. Orr wins that ball out the back. Caruana's away. Ball's tipped away. In comes Diggers, take a bounce. Looking for the handball. No one there. Jen's on the left boot to 2-on-1. And Macedon should be able to work this out here. They've got the outnumber, but it's a poor kick there. Goes straight through Brad Cook's hands. Ball's out. Dribbles back inside the forward 50. It's gone to a bit of a scrap again.
Good tackle.
That's a great tackle there on Macedon. Back to Cook. Cook's trying to break the tackle. He's swung around in a 720, and you're going to have to pay that every day of the week. Yeah. That's a great tackle there from Jai White. Jai White, poor Cookie hasn't had as good a game as last week, but
he's found it a little bit more challenging.
He's still trying. White
and
gives the handball off. Wallace comes in off the bench, sends it deep, but it's straight up to no one in particular there. Dyer gets back, takes the mark, handballs off. That's Goff. Goff sends it through the centre square. He's trying to get over the back here to Zach Bags. Bags is taking it. Oh, that's a great contested mark there.
He's earned every penny of that one.
Bags gives the handball off. Sims sends it into forward 50. Oh, it's punched away. Caruana gets back helping out his defenders, sets the ball up. He's turned the ball over as well.
Great mark, Toby Sims. It's about 45 out straight in front. They do need this one, the Cats. No, it's not Sims, sorry, it's Zach Bags.
There's a dinky little kick there from Caruana. It was dangerous, but turn the ball over in middle of the ground.
They really need this one. Zach Bags from about 40 metres out, directly in front. In he comes. On that trusty right boot, that looks pretty good off the boot. Touched on the line, the Cats are going to run it out, but it's gone down to... Oh, there's a snap over the shoulder, and it's going to go through for a point.
There's a few early crows there with Zach Bags' kick there.
We all gave up, we thought it was through.
Diggers bring it in to the commentary side, looking for Orr. Oh, it's cut off. It's taken by Diggers' rest there in the back pocket. He goes inboard to Lawton. Lawton sings it out on the right side, but he's turned the ball over. This is great pressure here from Macedon to keep the ball inside. Cookie, that's a great tackle from Cook. Turns the ball over. Guffin, inside 50, misses his target. Ball's bouncing around. Sims gets the handball out. And that one is a goal.
That's a great goal. That's by young Willem McKay, his first game.
Well done.
That'll be his first
gamer.
first goal in senior football too. Well done, son.
That's all due to Macedon's pressure again. We've spoken about it a few times today. They are on with that.
They are, and look, full credit to the Macedon coaching staff, Alistair. They've got this team up. I mean, the pressure is enormous. They've got no key forwards to hit up to. But yet the amount of pressure put on the ball, you can see they're looking for key forwards. They've got so used to having Cookie and them down there, and they're not here today. So they're working hard.
With that goal, so the first game, Will Mackay, they're 6-5-41, trailing Diggers 8-7-55. But they're still involved.
They are.
15-minute mark in the third quarter. We didn't think it was going to be this close.
So Orr and Dwyer are going for it again. Ball just goes to nowhere, but the Borough got numbers. They're going to try and shuffle it forward, but as usual, the pressure for the Cats is enormous. Zach Baggs in there fighting away for the Cats. He's been enormous for him today, Zach. Umpire with the ball again, which is going to ball up. She's hard work getting out of the middle. Both midfields have been nullified today. Up it goes, Orr just taps it over the back, and it's gone down to Caruana, kicks the ball deep into the Diggers Rest forward line, but the Cats have got the numbers there, and they're going to work it out with hands. Good play, they're just very patient. Chip it out wide and along to a one-on-one. They need to take the mark there is Govan, but the Cats have got the numbers down there through Hildebrand. Kicks the ball long down there. Oh, that's a great. Zach Baggs again. Turns around on his right boot, kicking, looking to go. There's a set of hands in the back. He's lucky he didn't get a free kick there. Unlucky to get a free kick. The Cats have still got the numbers down there, but the Borough, they're just going to scrap it out. But it's come back into the hands of the Cats. Oh, a big hit on Jay White from the Cats, and he's going to get a free kick here. And he's a little bit sore. Actually, he's very sore.
Yeah, I wonder if that'll get seen by the MRO and Michael Christian and all their mob at the AFL.
When we get a small player running into a big player, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
There
was no malice in it either. They've been allowed to play on here. Caruana sent the ball forward, looking for Jacob Hickey. Ball comes to ground. Schwarzenberg's there. Hickey grabs the ball back. Handballs the ball straight back to Toby Sims, who sends it back towards the injured player. Why is the player allowed to continue? I just don't understand this.
Well, he's come good.
Yeah, Diggers are here. Kicks the ball over the top, back to Schwarzenberg, right in front of Leo Webb.
And he's having a bit to say, Schwarzenberg. He's been playing well for him today.
It's assessing his option. There's not a lot there moving. So he's just got to send it straight back down the line. Plays on, kicks on the right foot. 2 versus 2 here.
There's one out the back though.
Oh, that's a
good
great
mark.
hands out. Plenty of time there. Can continue the switch if he likes. He does that.
This is where they've been dangerous. Now they're out. They're sitting out with Moram sitting out there by himself, and he takes the mark, hands it out to Govan. Govan's going to turn and come in back into midfield, looking for something to give it to, and he hits up Goff. Goff with the ball. He's just forward to centre wing, plays on, kicks it long, and there's a 50-metre penalty, I think, here, and he's going to be brought in to have a shot. Diggers Rest, about 650s they've given away. I think before 4 goals out of 50-metre penalties nearly.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that one was
I think he stepped off the mark before he was called.
I was looking downfield because I had Brad Cook in my eyes. I thought he was on a great lead there. Ball went to him, but it didn't matter anyway. So goes back.
So Goff, let's hope he can kick it for him.
He's got one today. Not bad for a backman going for his second shot.
Absolutely. He's been a good player for him today. Jacob Goff. Spinning the ball in the hand. He looks relatively confident for a defender. Comes in and has kicked the goal. Well done.
I was glad the crowd could tell us because the umpire had me a little bit nervous there.
He was running well left. I thought he might have missed it.
The crowd in front of us definitely let us know. So with Jacob Goff's second goal, Macedon's second in a row too. They're coming right back here.
Yeah, and Zach Baggs, his work in midfield's been enormous for him today.
Yeah. We've also another one we haven't called too much, but I think it's more our mistake calling the wrong person. But Aaron Moram's been huge in this quarter.
Absolutely.
So Macedon now 7-5-47 to 8-7-55. 8 points the difference. I definitely didn't think at the start of this game.
No, they're hanging on. I thought after the first 10 minutes, Borough would run away with this one, but
19-minute mark, third quarter. Ball goes thrown up there by umpire Darmanin. One down by Sammy. There's a great punch forward. Macedon here. Groven's got the ball. Handball out. Oh, it's been well trapped there back by Diggers. Umpire's called leg. They're taking advantage. Caruana out to Schwarzenberg, out to Fowler. Fowler's got time. He's got space. He's come back in ball with that left foot. Oh, it's a great smell there by Nathan Bridgeland. Ball's got bounced back, unluckily, to Diggers. Schwarzenberg's got the ball. He sends the ball inside 50. Nice little touch pass. Takes the mark. He's played on. Kicked it wide to the top of the square. Mitchie Day, he spilt that one. Probably the first one he dropped all day. But he stayed in the contest. Ball is still bobbling around. Diggers players thrown off the ball there. Ball cleared well there by Sam Indian. But it's gone straight back to Schwarzenberg, who's got time. Swings it inside. Nice little... that kick's too high. Over top of Orr. But Moram has spoiled his teammate there. The ball has come to the ground to dispute. Ball has been very, very scrappy. Diggers try and play for the too high there. Umpire's called for a ball up.
Well, I'll let you draw a breath. She's scrappy. It's a very scrappy game. Umpire's called time on. Going to ball up right in front of the Diggers' goal, only about 45 metres out. Umpire throws it up, or taps straight over the back, looking for players to run on the ball. And as Caruana kicks the ball, smothered beautifully by the Macedon players. Have a flying shot, but he's missed it. And that was Hickey for Diggers.
And that was poor by Diggers, because Hickey was out for the handball on his left side too. The first Diggers player's gone for glory. He had his ball smothered, which put Hickey under pressure.
So Macedon have got the numbers certainly out here in front of the commentary box, and I reckon that's where they'll be going. About to play on it. He's playing on, and it's a very casual walk out there. He's going to kick it long, looking to and that's three-quarter time. So Macedon 7-5-47. Trail Diggers rest 8-8-56. End of the third quarter. This is a lot closer than we gave it credit to.
Yeah, and that quarter there, not only was Macedon pressure still maintained really high, but they managed to finish off their hard work up the field, which just gives your forwards even more confidence if you can do that. So we know that they haven't got the big targets. Declan Folan's been down there leaning out of the square a couple of times, but as we know, if the ball keeps coming, eventually you're going to have your turn, aren't you?
And if we wanted to pick best players at the moment, they're Macedon players at the moment. And I absolutely say that with due respect. Bags, Sims has been brilliant for him. Both Dwyer and Sam Indian have been fantastic for him. You come over this side of the board. Best on ground for Diggers at the moment is young Tommy Schwarzenberg. He's been brilliant for them, and his run and carry has been good. Diggers discipline again. I mean, it costs them every time. But they're an older spearing side. You would hope they would they'd pick this up, and I'm sure Lobby's going to mention to them again. But look, it looks like Macedon are in top gear, and Diggers are running around in third gear at the moment. We're just sort of waiting for it to open, but it doesn't seem to be.
No, Diggers started that quarter exactly how we expect them to. They come out, they kick a couple of goals, and we thought, all right, this is the floodgates opening.
Yep.
But Macedon didn't let that mindset creep in. They knuckled back down, put their head back down, and they decided to run the ball rather than just kicking it straight back to the Diggers numbers, who then kicked it straight back to the Macedon numbers. It looked like an old-fashioned markers up back from the school ground.
Toby Orr's been great, and he's now not just bringing the ball to ground, he's knuckling it into open space to let them run on. Guys like Hickey has been running onto the ball. Same with Schwarzenberg. He's hitting it to advantage. Schwarzenberg went in the middle of that quarter too, and gave him some run out of there. Macedon playing smart footy. They're coming out wide. They've been patient with their bringing. As I said, they're missing their key forwards at the moment. This will be a very different game with both those key forwards sitting there. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think Mark Orr. I think he holds the key here in this last quarter, because as he can dominate in the ruck and get the ball out to the open space, which is exactly what Macedon don't want. You can have players like Caruana running forward, and even Ryan Mullen, who he started that quarter house on fire.
Yep.
But I don't think we called his name in the second half of that quarter. So
no,
it's going to come down to
Tommy Orr was good. I mean, we get them both mixed up, 90 and number 9, but he was an important player. Took a couple of really big grabs out in front of us over here and held up a couple of Macedon plays. But this is a real scrap. This is not an open, dry day football game. This is just hard work around the midfield, and the turnovers are enormous, and full credit just due to pressure on both sides.
And I think you mentioned earlier that congestion, scrappy football on this big ground. Every player's running 2-3 Ks a bit further than what they should. And you know what? They're still running on top of the ground. Now, we did mention in the first quarter Jack Vernon come off with an injury. We've seen him in front of us with a sling, but
he's done.
Yeah, and he does look a little bit despondent, but he's still here. He's still in his gear. He's supporting his team on. That's great to see. From a leader of that as well. He hasn't got changed.
No.
He's out there still in his footy gear. Got the sling around his neck. They're still chatting to all the boys. So that's well done from Jack.
And some of the players, we go through some of them at the moment. Hamish Govan. hasn't set the world on fire, but he's worked his ring out down there, trying to just one-on-ones, one-on-twos, stoppages, in and out, fighting for the footy. He's the one that's pushing into space. So, well done, Hamish. And, your first game for the club's always hard, and he's and captain, first game for the club, and make you captain. There's a big expectation on you, and he's living up to it.
He's going to endear himself to this team by putting his hand up to go in the ruck against Mark Orr and Hayden Davis.
Yep.
And, they are massive men against him, and he's putting his body in, and his body's going to be sore tomorrow because he's just all over the ground. He's working hard.
And Declan Filan, another one who's done really well in defence for the Cats. Carries the ball, done very well. You go with Zach Baggs, can't speak highly enough of him. His effort and ran midfield, he's as tough as nails, that one. Toby Sims worked really hard all game for him as well. Brody Horn's been quiet. Sam Indian's trying hard. He's not going to get any shorter as the day goes on. So Sam Indian's been going really well. They've lost Jack Kernam. Dylan Johnson, been a surprise packet for him. I mean, he's been getting a fair bit of the footy. So it's really good seeing young Wilhelm McKay kicking his first goal too. So that both him and Barham, both first gamers, both kick goals for the club. So that's good. The goal kickers, get you to go through them and who's kicked what so far.
So we've got Kendall kicking one for Macedon, Declan Filan kicking one, Zach Baggs kicking one, and the one we all thought was the second one that they all celebrated early. Joey Barham's kicked one. Jacob Goff's kicked two. That's very good for a defender.
Yes,
and he has been a highlight with his boys out of defence.
Yep.
And young Will McKay, we just mentioned before, kicked he's in his first day. For Diggers, we've got Mitchy Jensen's kicked two, Mark Orr's kicked two, Mitchy Day's kicked one, Chris Lawton's kicked one, Kroll's kicked two. So, but Mitchy Day and Mark Orr, in the first quarter, they were setting the house on fire at forward 50. I don't think they've been sighted since then.
No, and look, as we all know, we're into the last quarter on a dry day of footy. The talls aren't going to get any shorter, but they're also not going to get any fitter. And the smaller players, the young Macedon legs, last week they ran out on a heavy ground in tough conditions. Let's be interested today and see how they go. It'll be really, they could overrun Diggers here on this big ground.
And I think the key to that is, for the poor kid, I feel a bit sorry for him, but I keep calling him Declan Filan, but Nathan Bridgeland on that outside wing has been up and back, and the amount of bottom of the packs he has been on, I think Alistair will be extremely happy with his game so far.
Make a call.
I'm going to stick with the experience of Diggers, but I think, at the start of the day, I think I had him by 10 goals. I think it's going to be a 3 and 4 goal margin. I can't see him blowing it away, given how well that Macedon have played. And if they do get blown away, they definitely don't deserve that today.
Look, last week they got blown away in the last quarter. I'm also sticking with Diggers, and you're right, I think they'll win probably about by 3 or 4 goals. They've been in front pretty much all day except for about a 5-10 minute mark in the second quarter. Yeah, Diggers for me.
Yeah, the problem with this week though, they haven't got Dylan Tarkson to contend with. He was very, very good last week, and Diggers haven't had that player that have just stood out. As we mentioned, they've had some good players across the park, but I think the better players and the more even players have come from Macedon.
Yes, absolutely.
If I was an umpire today, even though the Diggers are in front, I wouldn't have them 3-2-1 Diggers.
No, the only one probably would be young Schwarzenberg with the blonde hair.
Yeah. Oh, they'll have some players in the top, but I definitely wouldn't have all three on top. No.
Well, here we go. As when Macedon are up by, Diggers Rest 8-8-56, Macedon 7-5-47, starting in the last quarter. And it's really important that they get a good flying start here. If the Cats get the first goal, this game is on. So it's really a lot of pressure on young Dwyer here. He's got to get the ball forward for him. And you'll be really looking at Aaron Morum to really start bringing that ball long and deep into their forward line. Umpire with the ball. We're just waiting on the last couple of people to get off the ground.
Macedon and Diggers have both gone with their guns in the midfield. They all know how the start of this last quarter, how important it is to this game. So you've got Jensen, Caruana, you've got Calversi versus you've got Govard in there, you've got Morum, and you've got Nipper right in there as well. So
ball hits the deck, and the Burris first out through Jensen, just kicks it long. Look at it, it's taking a mark. No, the Cats got numbers down the back. Oh, he's been pinged. That's nearly holding the ball, but he's going to get out of there by Goff. Goff just kicks the ball along, looking out for Bridgeland. Bridgeland's got the ball now, just holding it up, looking for something to move to. Sims is making a lead for him, but he's ignored that. Holding up, there's not a lot moving for him. Just going to kick it down the line. Long kick looking down the line, and that's a great mark by Aaron Moram. Moram right centre wing, right on the far boundary. Just very slow build up here by the Cats. Just kicking it long down the line, and they've taken a mark out there and they're playing it on. It's out to Govan. Govan kicks it long, and that's a great hit up down there to... Oh, the Cats are right on fire here at the moment. Sorry, we've had a bit of a technical hitch there, and down to Nathan Filan. So Filan's got the ball. No, it's been gone through for a point. So it's the Borough's going to bring in through Cicero. No, it's Hildebrand. Schwartzberg's got it.
Schwarzenberg runs out, no one on the mark, sends it to the half-back flank. Kroll here, just too strong there for the young Macedon Cat, who's Josh Blake. He's just too strong there. Gives the handball off. This way, that way from Fowler. Sends on the left towards Calvaresi. Mark strong hands. Handball's off to Calvaresi, who the handball was just a little bit too slick. Big Mark Orr. He's got to be paid holding the ball there. Try to take on too much. And that's well done there by Hildebrand. Hildebrand looks forward. Heads inside. It's a great kick. He's out the open here. They can keep going, can continue the switch.
Out wide it goes. Cats have got the numbers out here. Is it Smedley's bouncing the ball? 2 bounces. Going to drive it long, but it's a poor kick and it's been cut off down there by Schwartzberg and pushed out of bounds, and it's about 55 metres out from the Cats' goal. Far pocket. Good build up then, just didn't quite finish it off, the Cats. Umpire throws it in. Davis taps the ball down on the ground. Borough got numbers there and out they come. Kicking along, looking down there for Tengalia. Brings it back into the midfield, looking down there for Fowler. Fowler's got the ball, drives it in on his left foot, and that should be a good hit up. Now there's an opportunity for a shot.
That was all class there from Diggers.
It was. That's how you bring it in nice. But they've turned it over, but it's a very poor kick, but it's enough skill for Jensen, who just blazes away and misses everything. Just kicks a point. That was unfortunate. They needed to get that goal.
I think we must have been a different way. So it was all class, and then Richie Day turns around to a horrible worm bird towards Jensen, who just jammed on the boot.
Ball's out to Goff for the Cats. Holding it up deep in the back pocket for them. Just drives it down the line, looking for a mark, but Big Davis is there for the Borough. Ball hits the deck, and they've got numbers there, but the ball's out of bounds, and it's going to be thrown in right in front of the Diggers Rest coaching box.
Sideshow Bob's called that out of bounds.
Done a brilliant job, Sideshow today.
He's all over it here.
He's a cult figure.
This has been a good start from Aaron Moore. He's working hard. He's going from side to side, end to end. Ball's thrown in. One by Davis down towards Jacob Hickey. Kicks it on his right. Ball's up. Tengali misses the ball, but it's being held, just bobbling around about 40 out from goal. Jensen grabs the ball.
He's had his head pulled off. He's getting a free.
He's been allowed it too. Sorry, it's not Jensen.
Wait for him to turn around. We'll be able to find out who he is.
I'm thinking it's Krull, but I'm not exactly sure yet. Refuses to turn around and face the goal.
What's the rules? Never turn your back?
No, it is Jack Lachlan Hickey here. So he's confident. He's burnt all of his teammates by just walking back, facing away from goal. In he comes. He'll be kicking from just outside 50. Wheels out on the left-hand side. Gets right underneath it off the side of the boot there. Markor's going to contest it a deep forward. Ball's out of bounds in the left forward pocket for Diggers.
Just didn't look confident going in, did he? He was shuffling and shaking all over the place and didn't get the distance. Umpire's going to throw it in forward pocket for the Cats, for the Borough. Umpire tosses it in. All the players go for the ball. The Borough's got hold of it, and it's going to be just held in, and they're going to throw it up again. The pressure's just stoppage after stoppage here today.
Which at the moment I don't think Diggers will won, because the longer that stoppage after stoppage happens, the scoreboard, the client continue to ticks down, and they're in front. So
that was a quick kick out of it. Well, that was a big sling tackle, and it's going to be a free kick. No, it's going to be a throw up. I do apologise, everybody. Umpire's going to throw it up right in front of the points for the Borough. Ball goes up, and it's a quick shot for goal, and he's dobbed it. Justin Tengalia, number 36, great goal.
And that was all due to Mark Orr's just overpowering the ruck. He took the ball straight out of the ruck, didn't even tap it down, just took it out of the ruck, gave it a handball out, and off they went.
The big boys aren't getting any smaller.
And we did say that's where the Diggers could dominate here. So to do it in your forward line is exactly where you want it. So with that goal, Diggers rest at 9-9, 63 to 7 76-48.
Just a constant 15, 20 points sort of buffering all day, isn't it? They haven't been able to blow away and haven't been able to pull it back.
And you know what? Like, I know Macedon won't think of it this way, but this is a fair reflection of the game, I think. That it should not be a blowout. Macedon don't deserve that.
No.
And Diggers don't deserve that either. They have not played to their strengths either. So.
No, absolutely not.
So it's back in the centre bounce. Orr's going to take this against Sam Indian. As Jordan Dyer tries to get back on the ground. Ball's up. Orr wins his tap out and has done a big punch forward for Jacob Hickey, who's running straight through the middle. Hits the ball straight onto the chest of Krull. That's almost a training drill, isn't that one?
I'd say that might have been a little bit of a set play then.
You know what? They haven't had that all game, so...
But they've done it a couple of times of late now. If you're a Macedon on-baller, you would want to be starting on the defensive side to cut that off, or at least put pressure on it.
So Krull here, lining up for his third goal. And he's hooked that badly. Oh, he swung left and right and left and right again. That was a wormbird off the shin, and he has kicked his third, Krull.
It was ugly but effective.
Well, as they tell me on the golf course, you're not drawing pictures, you're just writing down numbers. So doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there.
I'll be happy to get out of triple figures.
So with that, Diggers 10-9-69 lead Macedon 7-8-48 and 5.5 minutes gone in the last quarter.
And they're just starting to break away just a little bit now.
Yeah, I'll let you take this one away, Paul.
Much appreciated. Umpires in absolute no rush to get back into the middle of the field. Looking around for the 666ers, throws it up, or is in there against Dwyer, or just taps it down again, but it's not going to get the run like they did last time. They're just going to dive on top of it. And it's going to be a throw in. That's Chris Kendall getting up off the bottom of the pack like he has all day. Virtually in the middle of the ground. Umpire throws in, or against Dwyer again, or just taps it out the back, and it's just going to be a real scrap here. And we're going to ball it up again. Third ball up in a matter of minutes.
We've got young Tommy Orr here on the outer wing, all by himself. This ball comes out here. Yep. He is away.
Out the back it goes again, and the Cats have got it out in the middle, but it's just it could be a free kick here. No, the umpire's going to ball it up again. And she is just pressure here at the moment.
Sims is lucky there. He dived in the back to Schwarzenberg's back. And again, Tommy Orr just still sitting out this outside of the pack. If the ball comes out, he's away. He's keeping his width perfectly here. Ball's up from Jacob Hickey. He gets pushed forward down towards Ryan Mullen. Ryan Mullen ducks the tackle. Oh, you can't pay that if you duck, sir. Sorry, you can't do that. Ryan Mullen assesses his options, chips the ball over the top.
Oh, that's a terrible
kick out in front of Caruana. 1 versus 3. Caruana, best he could hope for his ball to go out.
He's got a push in the back.
Yeah, no, it's out of bounds. It's the best Caruana could hope for. That was poor effort there from Mullen.
So right in front of the scoreboard. Boundary umpire is going to throw it in. Orr versus Dwyer again. Ball goes up. Actually, it's against Govan. Ball just punched forward by Orr into the path of the Diggers players, and there's a flying shot at goal, but it's missed to the right. And that brings Diggers Rest out to 10 goals, 11. Macedon 7 goals, 6. We played 7 minutes of the last quarter. Cats play on from back through Hildebrand. Hildebrand gets the ball. They just drive it long, looking down there for Mullen. Diggers have got the numbers, and they're just going to drive it forward again. Pure numbers coming out here. It just comes out down to McMahon. McMahon has a flying shot, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. Be a free kick to Macedon in the back pocket.
Yeah, poor Jacob got there for Macedon. He had that ball swallowed, and it just bounced away from him. One of the intricacies of that oval ball. It's been called to play on here for Macedon. Switches, dangerous switch across. That's well taken there by Hildebrand in front of Jensen. Hildebrand in the left back pocket. Sends it down the line out towards the scoreboard. Congested players there. That's a big grab there from the Diggers player. It's a nice little hang time, but not enough for me to get his number, so I couldn't exactly see who it was. He sends it straight back inside 50. Another haul of players there. Jordan Dyer with the one hand. I thought he took that. It's come to ground. Ball goes out to the big fella. He kicks it on the right boot, sends it back to exactly where it came from. Great contest there by McMahon. Ball is sent back in again. Kick to kick is what this is after, and the Diggers and Macedon forward and defenders are just stuffed. They're just standing still. Ball trickles out for
tired players out there at the moment.
Some tired callers here as well. So, ball's out in the left forward pocket.
Umpire's about to throw it back in. Dwyer's there. Or Krull's going to go up for the Borough. Pushes him out of the way. Taps it down. They're trying to get out with a kick. Nice little kick. There's an opportunity here, but the Cats have got people on the defensive line. And they're just going to work it out, run it out. You want to be careful. He's picked up a free kick. And that's Goff, who's done a terrific job in defence for him today. Just chips it out, looking down there for Sims. Sims takes the mark.
Can go over to Joey Barham if he wants him.
Sims with the ball.
That's another 50.
God. How many is that today?
I
We should
think it'd
have
have
kept
to be
track of
6 or
this.
7. It'd have to be at least 6 or 7. Have to be.
Tommy Orr, I think, gave that one away. He might be moving on the mark as long as they're not gobbing off. So down there to Goff. Goff's got the ball in the middle of the ground, looking for somewhere to go, and he's just going to push it out wide. Looking down there for... Who we got? Nathan Bridgeland. Bridgeland kicks the ball into the forward line. Oh, it's a good attempt. They've got the numbers out there, the Cats, and they're going to bring it in for a shot. Opportunity.
It's been called for a
throw. Ball's going to go back to the Borough.
That was that skill area there by Bridgeland. They were out there, Macedon.
Lawton's got the ball now. Just chips it over.
Starting to see the calf stretch now. They're all starting to cramp, these boys.
Yeah, she's a big ground to run around on. Barham's got the ball, kicking in. Oh, good contest, young Barham. Put himself on line there. There was no gives or takes on that one, and the Diggers player's still down. Ball's kicked forward for the Barham. Oh, there's a free kick here. Yes, there is. The umpire's picked one out, and it's going to go Diggers' rest way.
It was a great contest by Barham. Not only did he put himself in harm's way, he got straight back up, showed how tough he is, and got straight back into the next contest.
He's a 17-year-old kid. It's a fantastic effort. Diggers with the ball. Centre wing on the left foot, drives it into centre half forward, looking down there for Fowler. Fowler's got the ball. Left foot, another one, kicks it long. They're looking for a mark here, the Borough, and they've got, no, it hasn't been, arm chopped. He's going to get the mark. Smedley was unlucky then, but he did chop the arms.
It pays to be a forward sometimes, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Jacob Hickey.
Hickey for the Borough. Lining up, it's a pretty tight angle. He's about 35 out, in front of the grandstand. I think the punters behind us weren't happy with some of these decisions by the comments coming from behind.
Definitely isn't us, guys.
Shuffles in, kicks it, and it looks like he is absolutely nailed it. The goal umpire has not moved 1 inch. And that brings Diggers' rest out to 11-10-76. Macedon 7-6-48, and we played 10.5 minutes into the last quarter.
Jacob Hickey's first goal for today, but he has played very well today for Diggers.
He has, and they're starting to open up. But we've seen this before. Hang on, there's a blue going on here.
Looks like a free kick.
Yeah, free kick to Diggers' rest, and it's been a bit unfortunate, given away.
Against Dylan Johnston, we said how well he had been playing, but that's poor in between. Caruana in the meantime.
Oh, Jensen took his eyes off the ball. He's going to get a free kick, but he took his eyes off that.
And I'm pretty sure the Macedon boys will let him know. Definitely the Macedon crowds let him know about it. But that was a great inbound kick there from Jaden Caruana. But again, it all comes back to Dylan Johnston's ill discipline. The ball wasn't even in play.
5 or 6 goals from 50 metres today.
Yeah.
More than I've seen for a long time in the game.
The ball wasn't even in play, giving away a stupid free kick.
Yep.
And now Jensen having a shot for his third for today.
Richie Jensen comes in and has absolutely nailed it.
Well, I don't know if I'd be Jensen. I would be gobbing off because he took his eyes off the ball. He's had a dog of a day, even though he's kicked 3.
This reminds you a little bit of last week.
It does, yeah. And that's unfortunate because you can see some of the boys running off now. Their heads are getting low. They're breathing very, very hard, these guys. They're blowing hard. But I don't know if I was Jensen there. I don't know if I'd be gobbing off too much after what you've just done.
He's given 3 or 4 away today himself.
And you've taken your eyes off. You're a marquee player in this league too. He's taken his eyes off the contest. He did go back and nail it though. So I suppose once you've kicked the goal, you can do whatever you like. So Diggers leading 12-10-82 to 7-8-48 Macedon. 11 and a quarter minutes gone in the last quarter.
On the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and the umpires were looking for something. They're looking down the ground. I think the 666 is working here. There's going to be a warning given. There's only 4 down there, isn't there? There's a Diggers player short somewhere. The umpire's looking. I'm not going to pay it. They're just going to throw it up. Yes, they are. No, they've given a warning. So
it was Diggers
gone down
Diggers
there.
Were short. So Diggers only had 5.
So Davis is against Dwyer. Ball hits the ground, kicked out through. Caruana, kick long, and it's a great mark down there by Hildebrand, who brings the ball out to the Cats. They're going to kick it out in the wing, looking down there for Morum. Aaron Morum. He's got the ball. He's played a great game for the Cats today. He's done a lot of Ks up and down that wing.
There's a great contested mark against Caruana there on the wing.
Just brings it down, looking for big Sam Indian. Sam Indian for the Cats. Out on the flank. Looking inboard, there's not a lot movement for him, and the Borough have pushed numbers back, but there's a great opportunity for Nipper Wright, who tried to get the ball and has got punched out of his hands, and the umpire's going to ball in right in front of the light tower. Forward pocket for the Cats.
So a ball will be thrown in for the right forward pocket for Macedon. Ball's thrown in, Sam Indian versus Davis in the ruck. Sam Indian knocks it forward. Ball has been bounced around. Declan Filan gets his ball smothered, comes bounced back, straight back to him, straight to be wrapped up. And they'll ball the ball up about 45 out from Macedon's goal.
Umpire's got the ball. Just throws it up. Ruckman just tap it down. They'll try to get a fresh air kick from the Borough then, but it didn't go anywhere. Players are just scrapping away, and the umpire's going to ball it up again. We've had lots of this today. All right, on the 50-metre arc, forward end for the Cats. They need a goal, and that's an understatement of the year. Umpire just throws it up. Diggers hit the ball down, and they're going to try and get it out now. Cats have got numbers down on the bottom of the pack, but the ball's cleared by the Borough. They just kick it up high. There's a 2-on-1 here. Cats have got the numbers. Out the back they go, and it's a foot race to the footy. Well done by the Cats there, but he's got no one to give it to. Gets it back, just chips it up wide, and the ball's going to be marked out here. Out by Bridgeland. Bridgeland's just going to play it short. Out to great hands, good hands, and it's gone out down to Sims. Sims goes back to Bridgeland. Bridgeland just drives it long. Looking down there's a great opportunity for a mark, and that's a great grab.
Big Sammy Indian. He's worked hard today.
He does. They just need a bit more height, the Cats, don't they?
Need a little bit of help, don't they? But, as Cookie said, it's not easy to get these tall players because everyone wants them. So
every inch over 6 foot's $100.
Sammy lining up for his first goal today. It's going to be a tough kick. 45 out, 45-degree angle, end of the game.
Just a reward for the hard work.
Beautiful kick. We're right behind that, and the umpire hasn't moved. Well done, Sammy.
That brings the Cats 8 goals, 654. Diggers 12-10-82. We've played nearly 14 minutes into the last quarter in the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. And the Borough reasonably comfortable at the moment. I think the Cats are going to run out of time, but they're not giving up. They're fighting to the end.
And that goal there, even though it was finished off beautifully by Sammy Indian, Nathan Bridgeland's hard work again here for a young kid.
He's been sensational.
There was 3 efforts here that he just repeated, and he just keeps going. And he has been hit hard today, Nathan Bridgeland. He's going to be a very sore boy in the morning. But
they've got some terriers, haven't they?
So the ball comes back to the centre circle, ready for Davis versus Dyer again. I'm not exactly sure. They're doing the count. Maybe they're getting paid by the hour because
slow.
They're stopping every 5 seconds.
But they've done a great job.
Davis, Dyer wins that tap out back. Govan can't quite trap it. Morum's pushing around. Ball comes out through Diggers going forward. Caruana all alone, half forward flank, takes the mark. Just on the 50. He chips it over the top. In the forward pocket there, all alone. Diggers player unmarked. Josh Wallace.
Wallace is going to go back and have a shot, and that is a really, really tough pocket to have a shot from. Right in front of the basketball stadium, right on the boundary line. He's probably about 35 metres out. He's got his back turned, which is a cardinal sin to start with, so he's burnt all his mates. And he's got his confidence he's going to line up and have a shot here. Orr's gone back on the line to give it some protection. Pops it up. And it's just gone through. No, it's gone short. Hasn't made the distance. The Cats going to try and run this out here. They've got the ball in their hand. Kicking it out wide. Well, there's a bit of pressure here on the ball carrier, and they've just tapped it forward. They'll do anything to get out of it at the moment. Smacked it toward the boundary line. The umpire's picked up a free kick, and it's going to the Cats.
It was good there from the Cats. It was scrappy, but they kept putting their head over the ball, and eventually they're rewarded with the free kick.
And they're slow to get up, and that's big. That's Toby Sims has got the ball in his hands. He just drives it down wide, out through Goff. Goff, good leap for everybody. And the Cats have got numbers out the back here if they can get a clean possession. But the Borough are going to be just working hard. They're just going to try and force this towards the boundary line or neutralise it with a ball up, and that's exactly what's about to happen. And the umpire's going to ball it up between wing and the boundary line, far wing.
Umpire resets everyone, make sure there's plenty of space. A bit like Auskick at the moment. Everyone's just following this ball around. Ball goes up, and it's won there by Davis out the back. Riddle, Diggers have all the numbers out the back here, but it's picked up by the only Macedon player who, again, that's the best thing the Macedon could have hoped for there was a stoppage because they were all Diggers. So it'll be balled up just inside the boundary on the outer side wing. Davis and Dyer go at it once again.
So you've got about 4 minutes left in the game, I reckon. Umpires throw it up, ball just neutral to Spirit, and it's been cleared by the Diggers players. Opportunity out for Orr, but it's not going to go out to Orr. Dyer has got the ball, but they've come out the ball with Caruana. And Caruana's running to go, and he's missed it.
Someone of that ability.
He should have nailed that.
He's a very, very good
field
good
kick
clearance
usually. From them too. He just ran through the centre. So Cats have got to try and not let this blow out now. That's probably what the aim of the rest of the quarter is going to be for him. Just hold this to a neutral. Orr's coming off. He looks a bit sore and tired. The big ground's got him here.
But they don't lose any skill because on comes Chris Lawton, who just dominated in this first half. I think there might have a bit of a groin injury though, or he's
That looks like a cramp for an old man, to be honest with you.
So the ball gets brought in here from Macedon. About probably 5 minutes to go in the game. Finds Brad Cook in the pocket. He hasn't seen much of it today, Cook.
No,
but
he's had a bit of a hard day.
Doesn't mean he hasn't stopped trying though. He's still presenting, still doing what he does.
Second game blues.
Yeah. He switched here. It's a dangerous switch.
Very dangerous. Oh, great mark. And he's played on, and he's going to have a shot, Mitchy Day. And he's... No, what's the umpire's going to pay 50.
That was a free kick against Diggers.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice clear mark, but must have held him off or clear.
Sorry if we're confused, you guys, because we're confused ourselves, but Nathan Bridges has been awarded a free kick, half-back flank.
And another 50. So it brings him into the centre of the ground.
The poor guy's got to run another 100 metres to get the ball, though. So
your teammates would work for you, though, wouldn't you?
You'd hope so, wouldn't you? But Nathan Bridgeland, he's worked hard all day. We've mentioned his name many times, so he'll kick from just Macedon's side of the centre circle with all 36 players in that half of the ground. So
Sam Indian's down there looking for a mark. That's where he should be going, looking for the big fella. Down there, the Bags is down there too, and it's gone short.
Declan Filan wheels around on the left.
Now we're looking for Indian.
And Schwarzenberg.
He's been good for him. Schwarzenberg takes the ball in defence, spins it in his hands. He's going to drive it out here towards centre wing. Long kick down towards centre wing where the numbers are. Lawton tried to go for about the ball's hit the deck, and it was down there for Cook, and Cook's worked hard, and I think he's no, it hasn't gone, and Cook's hurt himself here. Ball's gone back to Diggers. He's in all sorts of trouble, young Cookie.
This is what I thought should have happened before when we had the injured player down at the other end of the ground. Stop the play because he's right on the mark and he's grabbing his knee or his ankle. I'm not exactly quite sure yet, but it was from a tackle from Mitch Jensen from behind. So unaware, poor kid is down.
He's in a world of pain. I think they're calling for the stretcher here. So a bit of a hold up in play, and the players are all going to get together. This is a relatively serious looking injury, I think.
It was also good there of Mitchy Jetson. We've said a few times today he's lost his cool again, but after he knew Brad Cook was injured, he went over to him straight away, make sure he was all right. There was no malice in the tackle at all. Just sometimes a freak incident happens in footy, doesn't it? So
yeah, the best part of that local footy, the Diggers trainers coming out to help him as well. This is everyone's best interest is the welfare of this young kid. And he looks like in a world of pain. Let's hope it's all right.
So, Paul, with 3-4 minutes to go in the game, what's the best that Macedon can hope for here?
Just to neutralise this now, pretty much hold it where it is.
Yeah. So the score is Diggers 12-11-83 to 9-6-54, 8-6-54, sorry. So what's that? It's a 29-point lead to Diggers.
I think he's holding his left knee here, and that's for a young kid in his second game. That's terrible.
We only mentioned him 5 minutes ago. Yes, he hadn't had the greatest day, but he had been kept working all day. And again, he was in the contest again. So
I hope this is a good outcome for him, but he's holding his left knee, and that doesn't look great. What are our thoughts for him, his family, and everyone?
And again,
of care.
As we said, well done to all the trainers here. You know, you got Macedon runners out there, you got Diggers Rest runners out there, you got trainers from both teams. Well done. So Mitch Jensen will take the ball here, right on the wing. Macedon side of the wing, right in front of the boundary. He chips over the top. That's a poor kick. Well done there from Kendall standing underneath the high ball. Ball's come back to Jensen, giving the handball off to Lachlan Hickey. He sends it deep inside. Ball's being dispossessed and it's bouncing around and out of bounds in the right forward pocket for Diggers Rest.
So the ball's in the right forward pocket. We've played nearly 17.5 minutes in the last quarter. The sting's gone out of it, to put it mildly, and it's certainly a bit of a young cookie hurting himself then's put a bit of a dampener on the ground. But Sideshow Bob throws her up. Ball's tapped down. It's cleared by the Cats. But the Borough got the numbers out there, well tapped over. They're looking for a bit of an opportunity, and Ord pushes it out of bounds, and we're going to throw it in right in front of the Diggers Rest coaching box.
Yeah, there is a bit of a weird feeling right now after seeing Cookie go down, but
absolutely.
Ball will be thrown back in here, right in front of the Diggers Rest coaching box. Davis versus Sam Indian. Davis wins that one down. Kendall versus Mullen. Both neutralised. Ball goes back out of bounds, almost in the same spot. Bit of push and shove here.
Still a bit of fight left in the Cats.
Yeah, I don't know if it gets you that much now at the end of the game, does it? Really, just you're already tired and sore. Umpire just throws the ball back in. He's not worried about it. Won by Sam Indian, the tap out. Tommy Orr taps the ball back down. Ball is just bouncing around. Tommy Orr again. It's a third effort there from Tommy Orr. Ball has gone out to Goff at the back. Macedon with the clearance. Ball's kicked dangerously into the middle, but Governor's worked hard again. Jams on the boot. You've got Bridgeland here.
There's an opportunity. Comes down to McKay.
Will McKay drives the ball deep.
There's no one there.
Should have really hit up the shorter target there in Zach Baggs, who was leading straight at him. In the end, he's burnt everyone. And ball hasn't gone out of bounds, just stopped.
Braden Cicero kicks it out down to Schwartzberg. Schwartzberg's going to bring it back out, looking for Cicero. No, it's going back out down towards Tingalia. On his left, brings it into the middle of the ground. That's a good safe mark. Good hands by Webber. Webber for the Borough is going to bring it across the ground, looking for Schwarzenberg again. Schwarzenberg plays on, out looking for Calvavesi, kicks it long, looking for a hit-up target. There's a grab tree from Arkin. Great hands by Lawton. Lawton plays on, puts it out the front of... Is that Mitchie Jensen? No, it's not. It's Mitchie Day.
The other Mitchie.
Now, Mitch has had plenty of opportunities. He's going to kick one for the day. Is that all he's got? He's had a few shots.
Yeah, he's kicked one, Mitchie Day.
He's been lively up forward without really contributing a lot to the scoreboard. So Day, everyone's just about out on their feet here, so I don't think he'll be passing it off. He'll be having a shot and chewing up some of the clock. We've only got, honestly, a couple of, if a minute left, so it's 19 minutes, nearly 20 minutes in the last quarter.
I think Lobby knows that
time on.
We just had Joshy Fowler running to the bench asking for a switch, and he just said, get back out there, young fella.
That's the end of the game, and that's a nice way of finishing it too, and he kicks the goal. Final scores: Diggers Rest 13-11-89, Macedon 8-6-54. Anzac Day clash, an absolute beauty, scrappy football. And I'll be honest with you, didn't get a lot out of the game in one far as what we could. I mean, we were a little bit, Macedon fight and hang on like they did last week. They're just a couple of players short, and they're a young team. They're going all right. I was a bit... Diggers won comfortably, but I was expecting a little more from them.
Yeah, after seeing how Diggers went last week against Woodend, hadn't Woodend previously the week before taken care of Riddle, I expected a lot more out of Diggers, but to be honest, I don't think Macedon allowed them to produce what they wanted to. And that full credit goes to Macedon, Alistair and the team, because their game plan worked exactly what they needed to do.
So I'll get you to read the goal kickers out for the final goal kickers for today.
Yeah, so for Macedon, we've got one for Chris Kendall, one for Declan Filan, one for Zach Baggs, one for Sam Indian, one for Joey Barham in his first game, two for Jacob Goff, and one for Will McKay in his first game. And for the Borough, we have one for Jacob Hickey, three for Mitchie Jensen, two for Mark Orr, two for Mitchie Day with the one just after the siren there, one to Chris Lawton, three to Matt Krull, and one to Justin Tengalia.
So they are presenting an Anzac Day medal for the player who best shows the Anzac spirit and the courage and everything we need. I'm nearly leaning towards a Macedon player here.
Yeah, that's why I've got a smile on my face too, Paul, because
this is going to be a tough game. I mean, I know they always generally try and give it to the player out of the winning side, but some of the Macedon boys today were... Nathan Bridgeland was very, very good for a team that lost.
And looking at the final scoreboard, it's just under 6 goals, but
If I had to say, if they're going to give it to someone out of a winning team, I think young Tom Schwarzenberg would be the one where I'd probably lean towards Diggers. That's only my own opinion. I thought he did a great job sweeping across half back, and when they put him in the middle, he didn't really hardly make a mistake for a young player. So I thought he was certainly one of the best players for Diggers.
Yeah, my choice for Borough, I'm going to go with you, Tommy Schwarzenberg. The only other one I would have put down would be Big Mark Orr in the ruck.
Yeah.
You know, he was damaging the ruck and also damaging up forward as well, kick 2. But, yeah, I'd find it very hard to go past a Macedon player, whether it be, you know, even Hamish Govan in his very first game for the club.
Goff.
You know, there's a lot you could give it to.
They've got a lot of players who look the same and play the same.
Yeah.
And Goff, you know, you go through them, you know, Goff is one of them. Dylan Johnson was good early. Big Sam Indian tried really, really hard. Don't think Brodie Hoyne had his best day ever. Toby Sims was brilliant down half back. Yeah. He kept fighting all day. Declan Filan, we call him a fair bit during the day. So it'd be interesting who they choose.
Yeah, and being an Anzac Day medal, it's not necessarily the best play, but it's the best. It's the play that emits the Anzac spirit as best as possible. So you don't have to necessarily go to the winning team. But either way, it's going to go to a deserving player today, because we did have good players from both teams on both sides of the field. But we'll just wait and see what happens from here.
So I'm not sure where we're going to be next week. We haven't been told yet. I'm sure a text might come through shortly from Jordan if he lets us know where we're going to be next week.
But we'll just quickly preview next week's games, which, you know, we had a look earlier and they don't look like they're going to be overly close games. No. But, you know, we thought today was going to be a bit further out. So.
Field, please. The netballers that are here and also the football.
So just wait for the awards to be given out and then we'll probably call it a day for ourselves. So once again, just repeating, Diggers Rest 13-11-89, defeated Macedon 8-6-54 in the big Anzac Day clash, and they've got to all come up again in 5 days' time, and they're going to be rather sore, some of these boys.
Yeah, correct, yeah. So obviously Woodend and Riddle, they played on Good Friday, which was their round 3 clash, so they'll have the week off. Mm-hmm. Macedon have the bye next week. I think Macedon are going to need that too.
Oh, absolutely. Some sore boys there. That doesn't work.
But next week we have, starting on Saturday, we have Romsey versus Melton at Melton. We got Diggers versus Lansfield at Diggers. We've got Wallen versus Western Rams at Wallen. So
if I can just have your attention for just a few minutes. I'm sure that you would agree that we've witnessed a fantastic day of football and netball here today. It's probably one of the best grounds, most picturesque grounds that you could imagine out of all the RDFNL grounds that we've got. And to have such great weather and to have 2 fantastic hard teams fighting it out in the netball and the football has really provided the crowd here with a real spectacle. So I hope you enjoyed today, and thank you very much to Mark and the committee from the Macedon Football Netball Club, and also congratulations to the Diggers Rest Football Netball Club, and also to the Macedon Cats for putting up such a great effort. The Cats had a great day on the netball courts, and it wasn't all that good on the football field, but that's what it's about. It's about competing, and you all put everything into it and you produce a spectacle today. So can I just call on Sally Dick to present the McDougall Medal to the most courageous netballer, and the winner of that medal is none other than Katie Clark. You don't want to say a few words, Katie?
Put it on Facebook.
Okay, thank you. And now if I could just call on Ross Screwmont to present the medal to the most courageous footballer out there on the field today. And it's number 8 from the Diggers West Football Netball Club, Jaden Caruana.
So Jaden Caruana from Diggers Rest wins the medal.
Well, we were a long way off, but I've just seen the reaction from Jaden Caruana.
He was surprised as we were. So congratulations to him.
All good? All right, well, again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for taking the time and making the effort to come out here today, and hope you've enjoyed all of what we've been able to put on for you. Thank you very much, and have a safe drive home. Thank you. Bye for now.
So well done to both clubs and both committees and everything for such a great day. It has been a beautiful day here in Macedon. We're just about ready to call it a day. Where are we off to next week, mate?
So we're off to Melton next week to cover the Melton-Romsey game.
So, hey, the King of Romsey returns home.
Oh no, I'm going enemy territory. We're going to Melton, so
mate, they'll have the red carpet out for you.
So let's just quickly preview next week's games. We discussed them off air before. So Melton versus Romsey, the game we're going to cover.
Romsey comfortably.
Yeah, it'd be my first look at the new Romsey recruits, but yeah, I expect it to be Romsey by 6 to 7 goals.
Yep.
Diggers Rest versus Lansfield at Diggers. Yeah,
I haven't seen Lansfield this year. Look, they had a fair crack against Woodend the other night, but yeah, I think Diggers will do that. Diggers play well at Diggers.
Yeah, they do, and we're both expecting a different Diggers outfit to turn out because the team we expected definitely didn't turn out today, but they still managed to get the win. That's
look,
what good
Lobby's
teams
got to clean up a couple of things if this team's going to go any further down the track. I mean, they're one of the, if not the best side in the competition at the moment. I mean, the Diggers Riddle game be a ripper, but just got to get some discipline back in there, and that's not easy. That's an easy fix. That's just frustration when things aren't going your way. But these are senior players who know better than that. And look, to give that many goals away, you won't do that against Riddles Creek. The score will be very, very different.
Yes. And then the last game of the round is Wallen versus Western Rams.
Yeah, no, Wallen comfortably for that one.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a tipper's nightmare this week, unfortunately. So,
no.
But thanks today, Paul. I really appreciate it.
Well, we do it again in 4 days' time or 5 days' time, mate. Thank you very much. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to all the sponsors and everyone else who look after and support the Riddle District Football League. Thanks, everybody, for a fantastic day. Certainly thank you to the Macedon Footy Club for being great hosts to us. And on that, we will call it a day, and we'll see you next Saturday. Thank you.
See you all from Melton. Thank you.